You might have to
Hello,
change the
hello.
way.
Hello. We are live. We are live. Notary educators, Notary Life with Kimmy.
This is Angela
Hey
from
guys,
Fingerprint.
welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. I was trying to play a little intro for y'all. I messed it up, so that's why we
Yeah.
were still talking. So I'm Kimmy. I'll let Angela and Alexis introduce themselves, and we'll get started.
I'm Angela from AJ Mobile Notary. Hi, you guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Mentor.
Hey, welcome. I hope everyone has had an amazing weekend out there. Today's topic is going to be really interesting. What are you afraid of, or what scares you about the notary business? So feel free to drop your concerns in there. Of course, I have a list prepared. We're going to talk about. We're going to say hey to a few people. Those who would join us on the replay. Also, we thank you for joining us. Hey, Connie and Aisha. Marcel's with us. Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, Marcel,
Marcel, what's going
Jasmine.
on, girl? Valerie, Tanya, Julia, Dot DT, Honey, Lamore, I like.
Mhm.
FTMS Customs. Hey,
DJS.
DJS. DJS is in
DJS.
the house. Hey, Charlotte. Tisha Rose. Oh, you joined us tonight. Tisha and I were talking in one of the YouTube comments. Aisha is with us, as well as Angela and Deidre. Hey,
Hey,
Julia.
Deidre.
Hello.
So welcome everyone to Notary Mentor Mondays. Shannon B is with us also. Hey, April P.
April from
So
Valdosta.
yes, welcome everyone. Hey, Sign by Cleisha, what's going on with you? So did you guys have a story? Because we didn't actually talk about that. Hey, Joyce and Bree, Ecstatic Orange, what's up? Nicole, Ashley, did you have a story this week?
You know, I
Welcome
always got a
everyone who's
story.
joining us. Welcome. If we don't, we'll get right into it because we have quite a few people and this is going to be an interesting topic. Okay, so let's get right into it. So, again, the question tonight, guys, is what are you afraid of, or what frightens you, what scares you about the notary business? So, I have a list here. We're going to just talk about it amongst ourselves. You feel free, drop in the comments whatever frightens you. We're going to talk about it. Again, welcome to everyone. So, the first one I have is just that you spend a lot of money. Is this really a hyped up business, or can you really make money as a notary? That's the first one I have. So I'll go first, I guess. And I know that frightens a lot of people because I hear that quite a bit. I've even had people comment in my YouTube videos, and they're like, you shouldn't tell people they could charge $85 for a power of attorney, or you shouldn't tell people that. That's just hype. It's not hype. There are some YouTube videos that may look a little bit more what we call it, clickbait in the YouTube
Mm-hmm.
world. We put stuff out there. I'll say we, because we want you to click it. But whatever I have you clicked, I usually can produce the receipts. That's the difference. So, is this a legitimate business? Yes, the
Yes.
notary business is very legitimate. There's no way the three of us can sit here and just come up with this whole scheme to try to make you think that this is a business. The notary business has been around forever, thousands and thousands of years. In Bible times, people were scribes and taking with the official seal for the king, and that's how all of that came about. So it is a legitimate business. I'll let Angela and Alexis chime in, and then we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, this is business is very legitimate. When I notarize for even other people, notaries, I always get the question, is this really, can you really make a living off of this? And what else do you do? This is all I do. I don't do anything else. And you have to put in the work, but this is a legitimate business. It's not like some people say side hustle. It's more than a side hustle.
Yeah, I'll just say
Yeah.
it's what you want it to be. So if you
Yeah.
treat it as a side hustle, it'll be a side hustle. If you treat it as you want it to be full time, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to take it all the way there, then whatever you put in, you'll get out of it.
And I almost hate the term side hustle, guys, because this is a real business. I actually have a video titled, Is This a Side Hustle, or something like that. Just type the word side hustle in my channel search and it will pop up for you. But if you treat it like that, it's going to treat you like that. So we all take our
Hmm.
business very serious. People need a notary all day long. Depends on what
Hmm.
you want to put into it, like Alexis already mentioned. Okay. So let's go on
Hmm.
to the next one. So the next reason people are often afraid or frightened of the notary business or becoming a notary is they just don't know what their job duties are. What
Hmm.
do I have to do? So, Alexis, you want to talk about the job duties of a notary, and then I'll chime in after Angela.
Yeah, I'll just start with the basics. So, of course, we serve the public, right? So, you have your general notary work, of course. Um, that's, your everyday documents that the public will call you on. And then from there, we can branch off into doing other things that might not necessarily require the title notary. Um, I feel like it was whoever started this in the notary world, us doing all these different things like apostilles and permit running, and the list goes on, employment verification with the I-9s and everything. All of those can fall under your notary business. So, and then we also have loan signing, which is notary work as well. I'm stamping documents. So there's a lot of different avenues you can go into with your notary business.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that, Angela? What would you say are the duties of the notary?
So another thing about that is that we are public servants, and some people feel that because we're public servants that we shouldn't get paid. And we always say many public servants get paid, but this still is our business. And also, when it comes to it, we have a very important job as notaries, and we have to take it very seriously. So we have to make sure that people are not committing fraud in all aspects of the notary business. To me, no general notary, loan signing, apostilles, whatever, none of it is more important than the other, because our main goal is to make sure that the people are on the up and up. They're not committing fraud. Because if you think about it, as notaries, if we're not doing our business, taking care of our business, then we could be in much trouble as the next person who's signing documents. And so this is a very important job. And being saying that, I feel that since it's so important that I should get paid important. I won't say what I'm about to say, but I should get paid for it. But besides all the pay, in order to be a good notary, and we talking about today, having fear and all of that, you have to be able to know what you're doing. You have to be confident in what you're doing. And we're going to talk about that. Kim and Lexus and I are going to talk about that later. But this is a very important job. We have to know what we're doing in order to be accomplish our task at being a notary.
And you guys know me, I'm all about, what's our slogan? I got a few of them, but one of them is, it's not that complicated. Don't be afraid. Your basic duties as a notary are few. Okay, I'm gonna go. It won't even take me 5 fingers. 1, prevent fraud. Prevent fraud. Number 1. 2, identify your client. Who is standing in front of you? 3, look over the document. 4, stamp it, and we'll say 5, sign it. Okay, that's it. 5 little things. That's it. And if you really listen to me, all you got to do is look at the ID, look at the document, stamp, sign, and go. Okay, so I know I'm going to hear some pushback. Notaries do more than that. That's your main role out there. So what happens is a lot of times notaries become frightened. Why? Because they want to get out there and practice law. They want to get out there and tell the client, well, you need a power of attorney, or you need a will, or who do I put down as an affiant? Who do I put down as the deponent? That's not your business. None of that is your business. You're only out there to identify the person or persons signing the document and prevent fraud to the best of your ability. You're not a doctor, so you cannot testify to someone's true mental state. So you can really kind of scratch that. You need to do due diligence, but you're not a doctor, right? You're not a lawyer. You're not the police. If they are committing fraud and you've done what you need to do, that's what errors and omission insurance is for, okay? So let's take the fear out. Your duties are very, very basic. You need to know how to do your duties, and we will talk about that. But what you actually are responsible for doing as a notary is really not that complicated. It's not. Okay. The next one I have is, people are afraid, can I actually make money? So you go out and you take training, you bought equipment. This kind of goes with number 1. Can I actually make money? Yes, you can. So you need to know how to make the money, right? So if your state says you can only charge $2, like the state of Georgia says $2, someone else may say $5. or $10. Do you really think the average person, I'm not leaving my house for $2? And I guarantee you, when Angela and Alexa speak, they'll let you know they don't leave their home for $2. So, how is it that we're making money from being a notary? That's something you have to learn the business. You have to learn. It's a game like everything else. And if it's, yeah, let me not say that. Um, because we are being recorded. But the point I was getting ready to make though is that do does everyone want you to know about the business? No, it's been a secret for years. People have been making money from being a notary. It has been their business, their industry, making money,
Mm-hmm.
their business for years. We're just not finding out about it since COVID happened. People have been on YouTube more. A younger generation is finding out about it. But Angela and I have been notaries forever, and we did not know that you can do it and make a living at it until a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago ourselves. So it's
Mm-hmm.
been a secret. I actually have a video about that too, guys. It's the best kept secret. Okay. And that one I forgot the title, but I think it's the one that help your man make money. And I talk about it being a secret in there and how many few men in the industry. So again, this
Mm-hmm.
is most women are notaries, and like I said in that video, you think about the little old notary with her nose like this, and
Yeah.
we're not that notary anymore. We are making money with our stamps. So let me let Alexis and Angela talk about that. So what is your thoughts? Can you actually make money when people are afraid of making the leap? They're afraid.
And my outlook on that is the money is definitely there. Um, the only thing I want people to grasp is understand the ways you can make money in the sense of, just like you said, in Georgia, we only can charge $2 for a stamp. Okay, but is there travel fees? Can you do um, any other fee? Whatever somebody brings to you, every situation is different. And if it doesn't say you can't charge for it, then maybe that's a way for you to be making the money, right? Adding different avenues to your business. So it's definitely the money is there. You just have
Mm-hmm.
to, I feel like, gain the knowledge in order to get it. And I know some states, they can't charge a travel fee. Okay, but what else could you charge that people are coming to you? Like if they're coming to you for printing, can I charge a print fee? You get what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
make sure everything, whatever somebody's coming to you for, see or figure out if there's a way for you to get money from it. And I don't mean like nickel and dime your client, but like you said, we're in the business of a service. It's a business, so
Mm-hmm.
got to make money from it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Angela.
along with Alexis, as notaries, we're in a trusted position because we're commissioned by the state. And when you get commissioned by the state, some people may not think it's a big deal, but you are sworn, to a certain integrity to do a certain thing. And so, along with what Alexis said, notaries can do a bunch of other things. Kim just did a video on Proctor. You can add services to your business that's other than notary. That, like our state, you can only charge $2, or North Carolina can't charge travel fees. There are other things you can do, and some states can't do I-9s, but there are apostilles. There are other things that you can add to your business in order to make it work. So again, understanding what you can do, being confident in being a notary will take that fear out of you. Some people are fearful for many different reasons. And the first thing that I think about is that a person needs to have two things in starting their business: is have a goal and have a structure for their business. Because if you're just going out there and say, I'm going to be a notary and I'm going to do this, there's no structure, there's no goals. And so you're all over the place. And that's why a lot of people are fearful or confused because they don't know where to start. So that's my take on it.
A plan. I totally agree. You got to have a plan. Where I actually put that in our Facebook group today. What if you don't have a plan? Write it out. I literally have sticky notes. I have my planner, even for what we're talking about right now. I have a notepad. I write down questions. I write down everything. So some people, your method might be different. You might have an Apple phone and you do some other kind of note system with it.
Mm-hmm.
But write it down. What are you thinking about? What do you want your business to look like? So the next one I have, why people are afraid to start or just afraid of the whole notary thing, is money. Money, 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 money. Everybody's selling something. So they're like, what equipment do I need? All you need to start your business, to get started. I'm not talking about loan signing right now. I'm talking about just to become a notary. Okay. All you need is your state commission, whatever your state says you must do. So in the state of Georgia, I have a 10-question test I have to take. I think it's 10 questions, or is it
Something like
$10?
that.
It might be 40 questions and it costs $10, but whatever it is, it's a minimal test. It's really easy. Pay $10, and then my next payment, I have to pay them like $45 to do the commission. You
Mhm.
buy a couple stamps, your actual notary stamps, and a journal, a couple ink pens, and your errors and omission insurance, and that's it. You're technically ready to start your business. You're ready to be a notary. Let's say that.
Mhm.
That's what qualifies you to be a notary, whatever your state says. So most states are similar. It's like $50 to $100 to get the commission. They put you under oath. Do you swear to uphold the duties, as Angela mentioned earlier? Yes, I do. They give you a handbook. Some of them, our state does not. We have to buy a handbook. And they say, bye. It's really just that easy, guys, to become a notary. It's not complicated. Angela or Alexis, you want to add to that?
Yeah, basically, like you said, it's not that complicated. Um, Especially like you said, it doesn't take a whole lot of money. Just stick to the basics. Just like you said, don't worry about loan signing. Don't worry about anything past
Mm-mm.
being a notary when you first start. Because I feel like now too, people are on YouTube before they get their business started, right? And they're
Mhm.
getting bombarded with all this information. Then next thing you know, they're looking. They don't even have their notary stamp. They're looking
Mhm.
into loan signing, and they're looking into apostilles, and they're looking into this and that. But you don't even have your stamp yet.
Mhm.
So, and then they get overwhelmed because it's like, I need so much money to just start this. And it's like, no, you don't. Just
Yes.
start with the basics first and work your way
Yes.
up from there.
I totally agree. People are
Yeah.
so overwhelmed and bombarded with the videos. And I make a lot of them. I have over 240 videos myself, and I tell you
Yeah.
about everything you can do with your stamp. But I also have just a couple of basic ones, like I said, what you really need. Angela, what's your thoughts on that?
I agree. My thing is being overwhelmed. I think part of the problem is with notaries, new notaries, people who have been notaries and didn't know you can make money, is that they hear about money, 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 and they just go in gung ho and I got to do this, and but they haven't had no training. Some people are just fearful of stamping documents. Some people are fearful of being like, if I get this wrong, then what's going to happen to me, and am I going to get in trouble? That's why I say, like goals or having a plan and structuring your business. And baby, it's baby steps. It's 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 5, 10. You take step one, step two, step three, and just start out with general notary work. Get your feet wet, learn about the notary business, then move on to other things. And I think people would be a lot less fearful and a lot less not confident in being a notary and doing the business if they would just take their time and take the proper steps that they need. We had quite a few students, and you'll both will remember this, that have told us, "Oh, I did it backwards. I went and bought all of this equipment and did not know anything about notary. Did not know how to be a notary, what to do. But I spent $500, $1,000 on equipment or classes that I thought I could be a loan signing agent and fit $400 on this class, but I did it backwards. And so that's backwards. Take baby steps and don't just run headlong into it without knowing. That goes back to having a plan. What are you going to do with this business? Instead of saying, everybody, I want to be a loan signer. I want to do this. Take baby steps. And I think that would take a lot of the fear, and people would be more self-confident if they would really think about what they want to do with this notary business.
Yes, you have to take your time. I put out a video. Matter of fact, it was a Proctor video, and someone put in my comments, they were like, Kimberly, the video was 20 minutes long, and I felt that I still had to watch it to get to the point of what I wanted to know. And like I told that person, I said, we serve slow cooked Sunday dinners around here, not microwave popcorn, okay?
Mhm.
So it's going to take a little time. Was the video a little bit longer? I told you that up front. It's a longer video. Why? Because if you watch the video, you can become a proctor the same day. I give you
Mhm.
everything you need to succeed. So yeah, was it 20 minutes? Yeah, it was. Because I told you every single thing you need to know about it. So a lot of times we don't want to take the time to invest, and we're going to come to that one actually in a few minutes. But we have to take the time and be patient. And like
Mm-hmm.
Angela said, you cannot rush this thing. A lot of people, and Alexis already mentioned it too, it's thousands of videos. And like I said, I got a couple hundred myself on different ways you can make money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's legitimate. Every single one of them. I actually do them, the what I talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
again, you have to know the basics, and that means getting your commission. So let's just recap that part really quick. To become a notary, all you need is your commission, your stamp. This is what you need. Now you need a little bit more, but this is the basics. You need your commission from your state, a stamp, a journal, a couple ink pens. Okay, that's about
Mm-hmm.
it. That's it. 4 things. Now there's a little bit more. We're going to talk about that as we answer a few more questions. But to get started, don't be afraid. If you really want to do this, do not be afraid. The next one is, what if somebody asks me a question? And we kind of talked about that earlier with the unauthorized practice of law. If you get to a signing, appointment, whatever you want to call it, you go out for a will signing and your client is asking you all these questions, that is not your role. It's not
Mm-mm.
your role. Your role is to identify the signer. If they have additional questions, whoever prepared it for them, that's who they're going to call. So we're not worried about what kind of document. I don't even care what kind of document it is. I still have to film my video about notarizing a piece of toilet paper. But the point is, I don't care what the document is. I'm only out there for one reason, to see who's signing it. That's it.
Right.
Angela, Alexis, you want to talk about that?
I got something to say. It's funny you mentioned that because today I was doing a simple signing. Called me, got my name from Google, and they had the father was transferring the car over to his son, so it was a DMV affidavit where both of them had to sign it. I had to notarize square them in. And so the son goes to sign my journal. And he's trying to explain to me about his driver's license address. I said, Mr. Sir, I said, that's none of my business. I said, I don't care if your address is Timbuktu. I said, all you need to do is sign your name, put address. He said, do I put my, I said, whatever address you want to put. It don't, I said, I saw your picture. That's you. I got your driver's license number. They know how to find you if they need to. I said, I did. I said, he started laughing. I said, I'm not the notary police. I said, I'm here to do a job. I've identified you. I know who you are. I see that's who you are. The father was laughing. He was like, I like that. So I don't try to get all into them explaining. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of people with loan signing. They be like, well, what's this document and why is this? What that ain't our business.
It ain't
If
your business.
I am a seasoned, I feel that I'm a seasoned loan signing agent, even though I've only been doing it for a year and a half, because I know loan documents. I work with them with my old job, but I don't know everything. And if I don't know it, guess what I do? Sir, here's the number to your lender. Please call your lender and ask him the question. I can't answer that question. I'm not afraid to say I can't answer that question. I can't answer that. Here's your number. You can welcome to call the lender. They call, they get the answer. I get the answer too. But guess what? The next time another person say that, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm sorry, I can't answer that question. Please call your lender. It's not my business.
Not your business. Alexis, did you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, I had a situation recently where um, 2 young ladies came to me and I had to print the document out for them. So since I had to print it for them, of course they had to fill it out here with me. So I gave them the document, and I just fall back, let them handle it. And they had so many questions. They went onto one of the websites, these different websites where you can print off different like power of attorneys and all these different forms. And they just had a lot of questions. And my line is very simple. I do not practice law. And, all I'm here to do is to make sure you are who you say you are signing this document and she is who she says she is, and stamp your document. That's it. And it's not, they weren't filing it anywhere. They kind of just needed it just in case. So they didn't have anybody to necessarily turn around to ask questions unless they were going to go to a lawyer, but they had to get it done ASAP. So with that being said, I kind of make people, I want them to feel comfortable in the end though with my services. So that kind of sounds like, however you fill it out is how you fill it out. I'm notarizing it. If in the event something does happen, whatever that might look like, you can always come back to me. I will re-notarize it if you have to change something.
Right.
So make them feel comfortable, but you don't have to answer. Like she said, you don't know, you're not gonna know everything, and neither are you, allowed to really answer
Tell
them. Exactly, tell them. answer any questions. So it's really, to me, like she said, simple. It's easy. You don't have to know a lot as far as that. And when questions do come up, there's a way you can still be professional. You don't want people to feel like, oh, that you're not helping them. Because some
Right.
people, they get us confused a little bit too, since we are public servants. They do feel like they can ask us questions. So just
Right.
clarify for them and kind of go from there.
Right. And we're never going to be rude. And when I am
Mm-mm.
not able to assist someone in filling out a document, I let them know that unfortunately, due to the state rule, I cannot advise you because I'm not a lawyer. The state of
Mm-hmm.
Georgia says that. And
Mm-hmm.
the state of Georgia does say that. Your handbook says the same thing. You cannot collect money
Mm-hmm.
as a role of an attorney or charge an attorney fee. So it's very clear. So again,
Mm-hmm.
we don't want them walking away feeling like, well, dog, all she did was stamp the paper. But that's
Exactly.
actually all I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
is stamp the paper. So once you get that first hit, I'll use that word of going on a signing, a general notary job, and you only out there literally 5 minutes and you'd have made $50 to $75, you're going to be like, what? For real. For real. For real, though. Yes, it's for real. So it's not a scheme. It's not a scam. It is for real. Yes, Angela.
I was going to say that also, you kind of have to be intuitive about how to answer questions sometime, because a lot of time being notaries, people are going to always want to ask what you think, or what should I do, or should I do this. I had a lady just 2 days ago, I was doing an apostille. She was signing, basically giving over her rights to some property in another country, and she was giving it to her sister, and her husband was mad at her, and she was like, well, what do you think, what should I do? I told her, I said, well, I don't know what you should do. I said, because what I may do with my family or my sibling, you may do differently with your sibling. I said, I don't know how you feel about your sibling. I said, I don't know what you guys' relationship are, what your relationship
Hmm.
is with your sibling. And I said, then your husband's mad at you. I said, so you're gonna have to make a decision and decide who you're gonna please or what you're gonna do between your husband and your sister. I said, so that's a decision you're gonna have to make. So I didn't give her any advice and tell her what she should do, but she really appreciated me just talking to her. But we can't talk too much. We can't tell them the answer. And I said, because if I tell you to give it to your sister or not, or listen to your husband, you could come back and sue me and say, well, this notary told me that. I tell them that all the time, you guys. I said, I can't tell you that because you come back and sue me if somebody get mad and you like, this notary told me that. I said, so by Georgia state law, I can't give you any advice on what you should do. And they always
And they
understand.
understand. I
They
was just
do
going to
understand.
say, and they understand. They
They do.
always understand. So the next, did you want to add something else, Alexis?
Oh no, that was it.
Okay, so the next one I had was back to something Angela said earlier, and I also saw it in the chat really quick. Afraid of messing up. Guess what, guys? We're human. We're going to mess up. So do not let that stop you either from being a notary. Don't let that frighten you. The fear of messing up. You're going to mess up. I did a video. Matter of fact, I think it's coming out in the next couple of days. Look for it, guys. I actually stamped a document recently the wrong way. The lady had to go home and get another copy. It was a hot mess. I mean, a hot mess. She would never know. Oh, you teach people, you're on YouTube. I messed that up like I was a newbie, and I was so embarrassed. I said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that." But what happened was short version, because I want you to watch the videos coming out in a couple of days. Is the surface wasn't flat. That's what happened. So I told her, I said, "Oh, it's fine." I even put a gold seal trying to make her think it's pretty. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
And she was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. So she said, I have another one at home. Do you mind? Hot as Hades. And she's talking about, do you mind waiting? I'm just like, sure, no problem. Inside, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. But it was my fault, right? So she gave me some money. I gave it back to her. So watch the video. I ain't gonna say no more. But the point is, you are going to make mistakes. But the thing about it is how you handle the mistake. So I fixed the mistake. She would have never known how inside I was like, really? I gotta stand out here in 100 degrees while she go get another copy of that paper. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's stamp. Keep it moving. No, I was like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Gave her some money back. And she was like, no, you keep it. And she changed her mind and she did take her money back. But again, it was my error. It's how you handle it. We
It's how
teach
you
you how
handle
to
it.
handle it like a pro. And signing companies know you're gonna make mistakes. Humans know you're gonna make mistakes. Matter of fact, Jeffrey made a mistake on something for a friend of ours last week. And oh, I know what it was. He forgot to write his commission date. in my mind, I'm like, can you just look at the thing and write it down? I'm thinking to myself, but I know she ain't supposed to do that, y'all. So I'm not there telling y'all to commit no fraud or do nothing crazy, right? But it was just a date. Anyway, she wanted him to come back and fill it out. So he had to get back in the car, go back over there, and fill out the commission date. He just really forgot the expiration date. So the point is, we all make mistakes. They probably got the chit chatting, and he missed the date. I messed up the stamp. So it's going to happen. It's how you fix it. And then be
Mhm.
willing to fix it with the right attitude, sometime at your own expense.
Mhm.
And we go over that in signing agent class, especially even your general notary work. If you make a mistake, you're going to go and fix it with the right
Mhm.
attitude. You ain't going to be charging them another trip fee and
Mhm.
all this nonsense. No, sometimes if you make a mistake, you're going to eat that. And that's being a professional business owner.
Mhm.
Angela, Alexis, you want to talk about being afraid of messing up the documents or being afraid of making a mistake?
Yeah, when I first started, I was afraid. I had mistakes too. But what I find is, I mean, it happens. People make mistakes with me plenty of times, right? So what I find is if you own up to it, and
Mhm.
like you said, if you offer some type of discount or you offer to fix it fast, it's not, oh, I have another appointment or I'm not available until X, Y, and Z time. You know what I mean? Um, just try to do it as soon as possible, even if, like you said, if it's coming out of your pocket, your gas tank, whatever the case may be, that doesn't matter because it was your mistake. So if you
Mhm.
own up to it in that way, and offer a little money back or
Mhm.
whatever whatever y'all feel is right to make the situation correct. I don't see somebody might have an attitude, once in a blue moon,
Mhm.
which is rare, but it's fine. It's gonna happen.
It's
If
feeling
you're
it.
just scared and you're just gonna not do it because of the fact that you might make a mistake, it's kind of
Mm-mm.
silly in a sense because it's gonna happen regardless. So you might as well start making some money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they say, we all make mistakes. I remember the first time I stamped the stamp upside down. I'm like, how do I fix this? I just drew a line through it and stamped it right side up and told the sir, I said, I made a mistake. I stamped it upside down, but this is perfectly okay because the handbook, Georgia Notary Handbook, says to just mark a line through it and put the right stamp on it. And I made a
Mm-hmm.
mistake one time, and the guy came to me. And you know how you change the month and you still got the old month in your mind? And even though I
Oh,
went through it, I had the previous month on there and it was like the beginning of the new month. He called me. I said, sir, don't worry about it. Where do you work? Wherever you work at, I said, I'll come and fix it whenever it's convenient for you. He said, can you come now? I said, yes, I can come now. And so I ran over there. It was like 20 minutes away. I had to go over there, call him when I got in the parking lot, waited for him. It was very nice, even though I had to wait for him to come out. And he
mm-hmm.
appreciated it. So, like they say, you just own up to your mistakes and admit your mistakes, and they still call you back.
They do.
They still
They
call you
really
back.
do. They respect you. They respect you because you owned it, you fixed it, and made it right. They
Yeah.
do. They really do. And you did all of it with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
last one I have, guys, and then we're going to take your concerns from the audience. So hang out with us. Let's kind of talk about what we're talking about for those that are just joining us. We are talking about being afraid of being a notary, what not to be afraid of, how to avoid some of these fears, these common fears that people are just frightened. The thumbnail that you saw, if you happen to see it today, Jeffrey made that one. And that smiley face is terrified. Is a beautiful thumbnail that he created. I was like, shout outs to Jeffrey. But because his eye is different for creating stuff than mine is. I don't have a creative eye. He actually draws and everything, like freehand or whatever they call it. I don't know. He draws though. All that being said, that thumbnail though, that smiley face captures how so many people feel. They're frightened to death. They spent this money and they don't know what to do. And we talk to people all day long. So the last one I have though is training. People are frightened of training. They're frightened on which training to choose. They're frightened on paying for training. How do I know I'm going to get what I actually need? Who do I trust? So they're frightened. I mean, we hear it so much. Well, I took this and I did this and I did this. I paid this. I bought that. And then they find us and it's kind of like, well, now what do I do? And they're still afraid. So I'm going to give you my spin on training really quick. I'm going to let Alexis and Angela go. As anything I always tell you guys, it's not that complicated. Being a notary, signing agent does take a little education. I would not tell you to go drive a car without either taking one-on-one driving school, have a private teacher or whatever they offer at your school. I wouldn't tell you to drive a car without training. I'm not going to tell you to stamp a document because it's equally important. Somebody's going to say, well, Kim, driving a car is more important than stamping a document. Wrong. Because if you mess up somebody's $200,000-$300,000 house documents, you have a real problem. Okay. Can you say lawsuit? And we don't want you to be afraid, right? Because I'm not trying to frighten you, but I want to be real at this point. I'm going to be very real. So we also don't want you to get sued because you messed up somebody's will documents or somebody's whatever, So it's very serious. And when you start talking money, people don't play about their money. Okay. So you do need to know what you're doing. So as far as training, what we offer as notary educators, keeping it simple. What do I need to know to be a notary, to be a great notary? Bam, that's it. What do I need to know to be a signing agent? Bam, that's it. Is it a whole slew and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours? No, it's not. We have nothing like that around here. It's simple. It's to the point. It's no fluff. So a lot of times people will say, well, y'all price is so cheap. Am I really going to get the value I need? I could charge you more money and I can make up fake modules and put this in there and put that in there and make it look like, ooh, no, it's not necessary. We're gonna give you what you need to start your business. And then most of the people, 99%, I've had maybe one person, they were kind of like looking for a little bit more, like they just like the circle of education. You know how some people just like to
Some people are
constantly
like
be
that.
educated,
And that's
continue
fine.
to
Some people are like that.
yeah, and if you like that, if you want 200 and 300 and 400 modules, we're not for you. Because I don't have time for that. I ain't even getting ready to write it. I ain't getting ready to fake it or nothing.
But
I'm going
it's
to give you
not
what you need.
necessary. It's not even
And it's not
necessary.
necessary.
But some people
It's
do
not
like to be
necessary.
continually.
Yeah, and they never execute. So it's like, oh, nope, I got one more module. Oh, nope, I got one more module. Oh, no, I got 2 more modules. I got 3 more modules. I got to test out. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. If that's what you're looking for, we're not your trainers. We're about training you, educating you. Let's get it done. Let's get it moving. Let's make some money. And it's just that simple. So I'll let Angela and Alexis talk to you guys about education, and then we're going to take your comments from the chat.
So when it comes to education, like Kimmi said, let me say this. It's important. Yes, it is possible for you to get the job done and figure it out. I'm not going to lie to you. You can order a lot of stuff is you trying to look up stuff and research it yourself, right? But what I find is that makes people a little more confused in this business because they get different answers from different areas, right? So that's what I find when people try to self-teach. That's what I find. So when people come to us, especially with like our notary basic class, we're pulling up stuff from your state, state specific. So that way, when you're doing your own research, by accident, you might be looking at something that has nothing to do with your state. You're looking at something that has to do with Florida. You're in Georgia, so that's misinformation, and you're even more confused. So I feel like that's where training comes into play, and that's where you getting the necessary knowledge to get out there and do what you got to do and get it done. And you don't need continuous around the clock education. I feel like you have the basics, just like in school, right? They give us the basics so we can apply it and build on top of it and go from there and fly after that, right? They make it very simple. And I feel like that's the same thing with notary educators and how we set up our training and everything. You don't need to be a student of notary for years to come. Get what you need and apply that to every situation, because we are going to come up on situations that are difficult or confusing, or you just never ran into it before. So use the basic knowledge and figure it out.
And just to chime in on what both Kim and Alexis has said, our training is simple. With the notary basics or Notarize Like a Pro online, we tell you what a notary is, how to do the certificates, how to do other we tell you what you need in order to what no matter what document you get, you should be able to affect it. You should be able to finish it and be confident that I did this. And like we already mentioned, we're gonna make mistakes. I've made mistakes. Kim's made mistakes. Alexis. Same thing with the loan signing class. We give you what you need to be able to go and have the client sign what they need to sign. You notarize the documents and be able to affect the whole process. Same thing with the apostille class. Anybody who's taken any of these class, something that seems very complicated, we break it down and make it simple. And when we break it down and make it simple, it's so that when you leave, you understand the process. You can take the process, and if you get a call, you can go notarize a document. You can complete an apostille, maybe with a couple of questions where you have to call me back. But our whole goal is for you to be able to start your business and fly with it. And anybody on here who has taken any of our courses, they have expressed that that's the way they feel, that it was very simple and they felt confident. But we're going to talk more about fear, because being confident that you got what you need in the class and being fearful of putting it into effect is two different things. So you may
Right.
have the training you need, but then again, like we mentioned, why are you fearful?
And most of the time, people are afraid. The main reason you're afraid is because you
Thinking that.
you overthought it. Overthought it, overthinking, and you've watched too much YouTube. And not that the YouTube is bad, but it's just like you're saying, this person is saying, do this, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
So we just want to unfluff it, clear the headspace. Sometimes you ever been out and you have to just go for a walk because it's someone like you going through a
Mm-hmm.
situation and everything's coming at you. You got to make decisions, like
Mm-hmm.
going through the loss of my parents and everything. You got to make all these plans right after you lose somebody. They don't give you time to think about it.
They don't
Okay,
give you
how
time
they
to
gonna
think
be
about it.
buried? Where's the insurance? Da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave all these questions in here for a minute. I'm going to take a walk and I have to refresh my mind. I have to reset.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you have to reset with your notary business too. And that was an extreme example that I just used with the loss of someone. But I went through that and I was so
Yeah.
overwhelmed. I'm like, decision, decision, decision. I'm like, can you give me a second to process that my mama not here no more? Can you give me a second for that? But
Yeah.
no. Who's paying the bills? Who's doing this? Who's coming for So we won't go there, guys. But
But yeah,
the point is similar. The point is
Yeah.
similar. It's
yeah, it's like
overwhelming.
it's like getting all of this knowledge, and not saying that it's all bad knowledge, because it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's like getting all this knowledge and compare it to like a file cabinet with a lot of different files. You getting all this knowledge, you put it in your head. The file cabinet get overstuffed, it falls over, and it's just a bumble jumble of stuff, and you don't know how to process it and which way to go, which avenue to take, or which process to take. And it's like, okay, what do I do? I'm just so confused, or I'm scared because this person say do this person say do that. So you got to know how to take all this knowledge that you're getting, process it, and know what to pick out and what to leave over here to later. That's basically
Mm-hmm.
what it is.
Yeah, so we're gonna come back to it. So, real quick, guys, we're getting ready to take your questions. We're going to take your questions. I just want to go over a couple of new announcements with you really quick. So, our online courses are still on sale, 50% off until Sunday. That was extended one more time because everyone was still talking about vacations and graduations and weddings and baby showers, bridal showers, etc. Right? The sale really is ending on Sunday night at midnight, though. I'm not, just saying that it really is ending. There will be a new sale, but the one for 50% off will be leaving and that rate won't be there again. So if you're really interested, you want to check out the online courses. And I actually took time, guys, to map out the online courses for you because I have 5 of them and they're not going to be bundled. I get that question all the time. Can you just put it in a bundle for me? The reason I don't bundle it, guys, is because you may not need everything. That's like if I'm a insurance salesman. I can sell you car insurance, homeowners insurance, as well as life insurance and other insurance, right? Umbrella policies and all that. But if you don't have a car, why would I sell you car insurance? So I have 5 courses. You may not need all 5 of them. You may be at a different stage in your life as far as your notary is concerned. You may not be ready to do the I-9. You don't know how to stamp a paper. You don't need to be buying an I-9 course you know
Mm-hmm.
so I actually went and took time and I mapped out what I suggest for you if you want to try to do it on your own. So step by step there, I created a new box for you so you can map it out. You can a la carte pick what you need. You may already know how to stamp papers, but you just want to add fingerprinting. Just buy the fingerprint course. So I'm not going to bundle it together. I know that would be easier for you to purchase it. And I understand that. But again, I'm not in the business, and we are not in the business of just selling you stuff you don't need. So they will continue to be sold separately. I've tried to simplify the process. You don't need a coupon code. Just click and buy. Just click and buy. Okay. Whatever you need for your business. So they will not be bundled, because I get that question quite a bit. The next thing, guys, is we've actually created a intake. So I told you, and Alexis and Angela, we tell you to fill out a contact us card over at the website. Guess what? We actually are making it easier for you to do business with us, because we say that around here. Make it easy for your client to do business with you. Well, I actually created an intake box now. So if you are new, you want help how to start your business, or what classes you need to take, or what do we recommend your next steps be, your processes, or whatever, then you're going to just click inside that intake box. So now that's crystal clear. You don't have to wonder, do I click the contact us? How do I find Kimmi? Everything's at the website, and it's crisp and clear. And like I said, you just click the intake us. That's a free, less than 10-minute phone call for us to find out what you need with your business. Where are you? What steps do you need to take? That's for notary, as well as notary signing agents. Okay. And if you just want to build your business too, we don't mind having a conversation with you and see how we can best fit it within your plan. Again, we don't just sell products around here. What do you need? The next announcement is for Facebook. Really quick, if you're trying to join our Facebook group, which is Notary Educators, everyone's welcome. You do not have to have taken one of our courses. However, you do have to answer all 4 questions. So Angela recently told me that 400 people, we had to decline 400 people because they simply did not answer the last question, which is, will you abide by the group rules, or something like that. So people are missing that question. If you don't answer it, we're going to decline you. So guess what? I got to thinking, if 400 people are not reading that last question, when it comes to your notary signing agent business, and many people say, well, I'm messing up, I'm doing this. That's because you're not reading the instructions. So read that last question so we can invite you to the group. Okay. And then we'll let Alexis talk about our live classes. Angela will talk about the apostille course. And then we're going to hit your questions really quick. Angela, after you do your apostille, do you mind reading from the chat for us? All right. So Alexis and then Angela.
Yes. All right, guys. So you know that we've been doing one-on-one. So we're about to go back to our group training starting next month. We are still offering one-on-ones, but we're just opening back up to our live group training. So let me get the dates. So we have 2 Notary Basics next month. So the Notary Basics trainings will be on August the 13th at 1 o'clock, 3 hours. And then our other one will be on August the 20th at 1 o'clock. And it's 3 hours as well. Both are on Saturdays. Then we have our notary signing agent training August 14th, 1 o'clock. And that's a Sunday, and that's 3 hours as well. So those are our live trainings. Remember the basic trainings. We're going to teach you like how to properly notarize, how to administer an oath, how to complete acknowledgements, Jurats. We're going to talk about some marketing, pricing, tips for Google My Business. We're going to talk about all different types of things so that you're ready to really start your notary business once you walk away. All right. And then our loan signing, our signing agent training, we're talking about your assignments, your first assignment, how to explain different documents. Remember, just like we stated, we're not like going into depth with documents, but we do want to know like an overview of them, right? And how to handle that. What does that look like? How to get appointments, assignments through signing companies, and how to follow up with them, close them out. And basically with that, we just want to show you how to be the preferred signing agent, because people are really saying that, that area is competitive. So we want to make you stand out, and you want to look like the knowledgeable signing agent. So that's what that class looks like. So those are our 3 live trainings. Again, August 13th and August 20th, 1 o'clock for Notary Basics, and August 14th, 1 o'clock for the Notary Signing Agent. And that's live via Zoom.
And we also have a new training for apostille. We're very excited about it. It's a very simple class, and those of you who have taken it, have seemed to really appreciate the simplicity of it and being able to understand it and feel confident that when you finish that you can do an apostille. So some of the things you'll learn is how to determine if the country is a hate country, or uh, how do you determine which next steps to take, determining where the document or what agency it goes to. We train for apostille for all states. We talk about common mistakes to avoid when you're doing apostille, how to be successful in doing it, and just some tips on how to add it to your business. So we're really excited about it. And that class is on August 20th at 2 o'clock. And again, there's a button on our webpage that we just put up where you can click the button, and for the discount, you just put in apostille 5.
Okay.
So we're going to start with you guys' questions. And we started, I think the next person, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. It was about 8 something. I was keeping up with it. It was where Frank came in at. Where's Frank?
Okay.
Oh, there's Frank from Lower Alabama. So Helpful Hannah says, "Good evening, here from Indiana, in notary. Now, love the wisdom and good counsel you ladies give. Thank you." From Florida, Virginia, Tanya said, "I did my first signing yesterday. Sell a package. She was nervous, but she feels much better after doing it." And that's the thing, you guys. We've been talking about fear. Don't let fear stop you from doing it if you have the training. If you have the training, do it. And like Tanya did, she felt nervous, but she felt better after she finished. We're about on 8:04.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. So Aisha Harper says, "What do you ladies charge for your traveling fee?" Kim, you want to answer that?
Yeah, just really quick. I have about 4 videos, Aisha, about how to charge. So you always want to start with your state. What does your state handbook say you can charge? So we start there, and then from there we're gonna ask questions. Questions equal money. You guys hear me say that all the time. The more questions you ask, the person on the other line, on the other end of the phone, is going to feel the value. So a few sample questions would be something like, how far do you have to travel? How many people have to sign? What type of document is it? Are you going to a nursing home, a hospital, things of that sort? And then we go over the pricing if you needed additional help in both the build your business course that's online, and then our live training, the basic course. We teach you how to build your business. So those are just a few things. And again, I do have 4 free videos. It might be more than that because I talk about pricing a lot. But check out those videos on my YouTube channel. You can just it's a price list playlist now.
So Angela and Tony just says, "Thank you for the information and encouragement. You guys are very welcome." Questions. And Honey says she's afraid of making a mistake. Again, we've been talking about that. That's why we had this Monday Night Mentor tonight, because Honey, drop in the box and let us know if you've had training, because if you've had training, really you shouldn't be afraid if you've had proper training. So drop in the box, let us know if you've had training. We got some brand new notaries on here. Welcome, you guys. Angela Miller says, "What scares me is the most is trying to do out of apostille and to add that on my Google My Business page." Well, Angela, give us a intake box. We got a new intake box for you to contact us, and we can talk to you about that. Kyle says, "No fear here, but I have plenty of general questions. Oh man, what what level limits for E&O coverage?" I have 25K. I think Alexis and Kimberly also has it. So it just depended on what coverage you want to have, but 25K is the minimum that's required. And also, it also depends on your state sometimes.
And one more thing I'll add, Angela, it also depends on what you plan to do with your business. If you will be doing more direct work, you may want to have a higher policy limit also. And that just depends on what state you're in. Because I do a lot of direct work, and my 25,000 has served me well. So,
And so Hannah was talking about what she feared the most as a new notary is explaining to the client that she's not there to explain the loan package beyond there to sign. And that's what we were talking about earlier. If they have a question, just ask them to call the lender. And that's what really the lender wants you to do if they have a question, to call them. Tonya
I think
Booth.
we skipped
Yeah,
Honey,
honey.
Angela. We skipped
Yeah.
Honey
Oh,
Lamore.
we talked about, she said she didn't understand what was happening with the apostille. That's when I told her earlier to do the intake form.
Okay.
Do the intake form.
Mm-hmm.
So Stephanie's here. Hi, Stephanie, Stacy Ann. Trimitri, I hope I pronounced that right. What about administering an oath or affirmation? The notary at UPS did not administer either. He just told me to verify everything in the screen. So I'll tell you guys this: notaries, a lot of notaries are not. That's like a work notary. We call that a work notary. They're not trained. I did an apostille recently for a gentleman in Sandy Springs, and he went to have UPS notarize his document, and it was wrong because it had no notarial wording, and it would have been rejected. So they don't do the oath. They never do the oath. They don't. They just stamp and sign. So Stacy said, "Don't forget to like." Yes, you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we always forget to tell you that.
Oh, yes, we sure do, doggone it. Can y'all please hit the like button, subscribe, share, thumbs up, whatever you got to do to make it pop out there for us. Can I go back to that last one really quick, too, about being
Sure,
a work notary? Really
sure.
quick. So we call that a work notary, guys. Why? Because they're just shoving documents at you. We've all been a work notary. Well, Angela and myself were work notaries. And they would just shove papers at us, right? And we just stamp, 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 not knowing why we stamping, not administering no oath, barely writing ID in a journal. That's a work notary. You don't know why, when, what. You don't know anything. You just stamp because they tell you to. They tell you to go get the notary. We need you to stamp some papers. That's a work notary. But what we do over here is we train you to have a notary business. So it's different. Okay, that's it.
I want to add to that too. The key thing there is, I would say, everyone I have ever went in front of, you can just tell that they don't even know their handbook, right? Because they're, like you said, they have their stamp. It is what it is. The job tells you what to do, and basically, stamp here, make sure you log it in their logbook, stamp the paper, identify the person, you're good to go. They don't know their handbook. So that's key, that in a notary business, make sure you know your handbook.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't even run into problems like this.
That's
you know
right.
You have to administer an oath.
So just because they don't do it does not make it right. If the document requires an oath, you must administer an oath. If the document is ever called to court and you did not, then that signing is invalid.
Yep.
So yeah, we don't do what UPS does.
You can't.
You cannot. Okay, Angela.
So Honey said, what are other fees outside of travel? $10 stamp plus $25 travel, $35 total. So we're going to always tell you the number one thing, and it seems like you may have done part of this. The number one thing is that you must see what your state says regarding fees. How much they say you can charge for the stamp, how much they say you can start for travel. Some states say you can charge for the oath or for the acknowledgement. So the first thing is to see what your state handbook requires as far as fees.
And let me add to that really quick. So when I talk about a travel fee too, honey, we are not saying like your literal gas mileage. Within my travel fee covers all of my fees. What does that look like? I'm just going to call it my travel fee, but it covers my gas, my time, my energy. It covers my inconvenience. It covers the service that I'm providing them. It covers the credit card processing. I don't charge them a separate credit card processing fee. I have to pay for that. It doesn't cover parking at the hospital. I have to pay for all of that. So all of that's encompassed in what I'm calling my travel fee, but it's just covering all of my fees versus telling my client, so you have a parking fee, credit card fee, stamp fee, I smiled at you fee, I use my ink pen fee, I stamp, so you get the point. So it's all just wrapped up in a bow and called a travel fee.
And it depends
again, they don't think about all that. You have credit card processing fees. If you do Cash App charge a fee. Everybody charge a fee. Go ahead.
And it depends how you want to structure your business when it comes to the fees too.
Yeah, if you want to sit there and tell the client $2 for this, $5 for that, $8 for this, $3 for that. If you want to do that, sure, you can do that. That's your business plan. That's the best thing about this. And we tell people that all day long. This is your business. That's how I run my business. Okay, so if that makes you happy to sit and write down every single thing and itemize it, more power to you. Alexis?
I was going to say, the other fees can include a witness fee if a document needs 2 witnesses. I've seen some documents need 4 witnesses. So maybe the client only has 2. Maybe they have 1. So that's more fees involved, because then you'll, as the expert notary, you'll be able to provide those. So that looks like, whatever your witness fee is, I'm going to just say 25. That's the when we kind of throw around. 25 per person, that'll be an extra fee. And of course, that one wouldn't be included in the travel fee. That one you'll actually say, okay, well, I do have a $25 witness
Mm-hmm.
fee. But that's another fee that could be used if needed.
Yeah.
If it's 10 o'clock at night, are you going to charge a little bit more than if it's 9 o'clock during the day? Probably after hours fee.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, is it the weekend or the holiday? Weekend holiday fee. So
Or
you see
right,
what I'm
6 o'clock in
saying?
the morning or 6 o'clock a.m. fee.
Early riser
right,
fee.
early.
So
Yeah, for
we
real,
get
yeah.
our money around here, guys. We get it. We don't maybe get it all equally because we all know, like, Notary down south already got in a further comment that we're gonna get to later. What would Angela do? So Angela and Alexis, they beast masters about the money. I'm a little on the weak side when it comes to getting my money, but I'm still learning. So anyway, next.
Tanya's talking to Daniela. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Kyle says, good evening. I don't have many fears, but I have plenty of general questions. What levels of E&O insurance would y'all recommend? We talked about that. We all have 25K, but Kim mentioned earlier, it depends on what you want to do with your business and how you want to structure that. How did each of you market to and earn your first customers? Well, I was very fortunate because I was forced into the notary business by Miss Kimberly. So she gave me the first few customers because she was overrun with customers. So she gave me some customers and I started liking the money. And so I started my Google My Business page, got my LLC, and the rest is history. I got reviews and now I'm here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Alexis.
mine was Google My Business, definitely. Google My Business mixed with physically handing out cards. And
Hmm.
I don't want to go too far into Google My Business because I saw a lot of comments later on with people on Google My Business, but Google My Business does work. Um, you have to make sure it's maximized. That's number one. Your page looks good. You got to make sure you have some reviews on there. Um, and you have to make sure you utilize advertisement when you're ready, because it does cost. Um, and from there, you should pick up. Some people say they aren't picking up, but what does your advertisement look like? Because remember, you get to type out your advertisement. So what does it look like? What wording are you using when you're typing it up? If you're not getting any hits. So that's just a little something for later on too, but just to get the conversation going with that. But Google My Business
Hmm.
does work. That's how I got my
That's
first client.
that's what
Well,
I do too.
let me
Go
correct
Google my
something before
business.
Kim goes. Let me correct something before Kim goes. Now,
Hmm.
Kim started her business, but we were talking the whole time she started her business. And I was just getting her overflow customers. But how I really got my business started is because I got a Google My Business page. I paid for an ad. I started getting phone calls and reviews. And that's really how I got my customers. I was helping Kim out, but I got my customers. And Kim will tell you, it even got to the point where she was like, can you do this for me? I'm like, no, I'm too busy today. So that's how the Google, like Alexa said, Google My Business works. And this week, every customer I had, I asked them, how did you find me? And they said, Google My Business.
Yeah, and I also Google my business. So when I first started, guys, I do have a video, about four of them, about Google my business, and I tell this story. I don't know which video it was, but when I first started, my phone was not ringing, and I would tell Jeff, it took months. It took like 4 months for my phone to start ringing, and I would get frustrated. I was like, oh man. I said, nobody's calling me. But then guess what, guys? I put my picture on there. What? My phone started blowing up. Then guess what?
Yeah,
I started putting like 25-second videos. Happy Sunday from None Better Notary. My phone started ringing even more. I start asking every client for a review. What? The trifecta. Oh my God. So then my phone was blowing up. And that's when Angela was able to help me out and everything. So Google my business. You're going to hear us preach that all day long because how do you find people? I'm going to just say this and we can move on. When you're looking for anything, how do you find them? Google, Google, Google. Near me. I was looking for a Mexican restaurant,
yeah,
Mexican near me. Pizza, pizza near me. Notary near me, you know? So the same way people you look for things, that's how your client's going to find you. Okay, Angela.
And the other thing about that, Google My Business, I have so many people call me. You're the third person I call, and you're the only one picked up. Answer your phone. So
Answer the phone.
Bree said, is there any additional requirements needed to become a mobile notary? Your state requirements is it. Go and take the test,
Yeah.
pay the fee, get sworn in, get your 2 or 3 people that they ask you to get as a recommendation, and that's how you become a mobile notary. But when you become a mobile notary, in order to affect it, you have to get the training.
Hey,
Sharon,
blind guy. Let me get blind guy and Angela because he said he came here because he was watching the apostille videos. So welcome. I think this is his first time also. So
hi, blind
welcome.
guy.
And for those who have not watched, I have about 4 apostille videos, and you watch my 4 videos in Angela's class. Should be good.
You will be great.
Great.
Is there any? Okay, Sharon says, "Hello, ladies, and good evening. It's my first live check-in with you all. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. She's excited.
Welcome.
You're amazing. Thank you for your continued informative information. You are so welcome."
Yes.
Courtney says, "I'm an introvert, so when I get told no so many times, I get discouraged and stop advertising my services." Wrong answer, Courtney. You keep pushing, you keep going, because the old adage is, and I tell you guys, my husband used to say, for every 100 no's he get, he's gonna at least get a yes, and that's gonna motivate him even more. So you have to keep going, and you're gonna eventually get a yes. And when you get that one yes and it works, actually, you never know how that one yes is gonna work out. That may be like the catalyst for your business, where it spurs you on, and that could do amazing things for you. So don't get discouraged because you get no's. Keep going.
Keep going.
I am sensitive to this topic a little bit though, because I don't want to say I'm an introvert, but I do understand how you get discouraged when people keep telling you no, especially with me being a little younger when I first started, and me having to really market myself. And I don't want to say not used to speaking up for myself, but not used to having to literally advertise myself, right? Interviews for jobs is to me different. You know, you have set skills that match this description. You know what I mean? That's it. But kind of trying to sell yourself almost completely, you know, it's no resume when you're trying to talk to somebody. You have to know like knowledge behind it when you taking phone calls. So I understand, but on the flip side of that, what I realized quickly is, you know, if I didn't get out there and go to these different places to pass out my business cards, I mean, like she said, I got no's, or we have a notary, or whatever that might sound like. But I just had a recent situation where I was at UPS and they didn't have a notary, left cards. Guess what? That's a relationship established. Got calls from them. So you just, like she said, you never know
You never know.
where that one yes is going to take you.
Mm-mm.
So with that, you have to just keep trying, keep doing it. It's uncomfortable. It is. It's uncomfortable. But if you want your business to work, you're gonna do it. Point
And
blank.
step out your comfort zone.
Comfort
And that's
zone.
easy for me to say because I am
Yeah.
naturally you know, Jeff has to be like, Kim, calm down. He's like, did you have some coffee? I'm like, no, I just woke up like this.
I say, I just look at her. I just look at her.
The Angela do the same thing. She does that too. She just be looking like, okay, she'll calm down in a minute.
Eventually.
But that's just my natural thing. So I'm a natural born seller. I love talking to people. I love karaoke. You know, you got some people that love it and some people don't. I'm that person. Give me a mic. I'm all la la la. So if you're not that person, though, like Alexis was saying, in order to grow your business, because nobody can grow your business but you. That's it. But once you do it a few times and kind of exercise that muscle, like they say, you know, get out there and mingle with people. Start with just maybe 5. Make a little list. Today, I'm going to go visit 5 people, or I'm going to go visit the barbershop, the nursing home, and, you know, 3, maybe 3 just to get started. Out of 3, 2 might say, you know what, we don't need a notary. But that 1 might say, wow, you know what, my client, we do need somebody. Our notary, something happened to them or whatever, you know. And even if they all say no, tomorrow's a new day.
Right.
Shake it off and then get back out there, because you have to, or you won't have a business.
Yeah. And I actually got a no today. I went to a FedEx. But when I get a no, I think I just like talking to people, knowing about people, just knowing things. And so when I went to them and he said no, I said, oh, I said, you guys don't, what did I say? I said, you guys don't use notaries, or you do all your own notarization? She's like, no. Then he explained to me that. I said, well, what happens when people come in? He told me what happens. He told me how FedEx had this contract, you know, with this nationwide contract, this person. I said, oh, I said, that's interesting. We just started a conversation. I was talking to him, asking him more questions about different things. So even though he told me no, and I'm saying it to say, talk to the person, find out, about things, and maybe that'll make you feel better and just keep going to the next person. But my mom always told me, I think why it's easy for me to accept no's is that she said, if you want anything, she said, always ask. She said, worst that can happen is they tell you no.
Yeah.
And so if I get a no, it's no, and it's, I know everybody's not like that way, but
Mm-mm.
since I was told that so much young growing up, when my mom said, just ask, all they're gonna do is they're not gonna kill you, they're just gonna say no. So that makes me keep pushing until I get a yes. And having
Mm-hmm.
a business, if you want to have a successful business, that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to keep pushing until you get that yes.
And I'll add one more thing when it's a no, guys. This is just a business tip, period. Because I come from banking and I had to do a lot of sales and stuff in the banking industry. But when somebody tells you no, that's really a learning opportunity. So they telling me no, they don't need me because of A, B, and C. Okay, so they telling me no, but how can I turn that no into a yes? Maybe it was the
Mm-hmm.
way I presented it. Maybe now that I know they're telling me no, they don't need me for this reason, but they might need me for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll get a lot of people say, well, we already got a notary. Oh, so next time you go to the next person and they've told you no because of that reason, that sounds something like this. Oh, you know what? The next client, now not the same one, you
Mm-hmm.
might try a different person in there because that's sometimes my approach. That person said no, I wait till the next day and go see another person. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to a new facility or establishment. I'm just going to say, hey, I know you already have a notary, so we've already overcome the objection. That way they can't say we have one. You already know they have one. But just in case they're ever out sick or in case whatever, if you need an extra one or someone to come early or after hours, I'm available. So you've already overcome part of it. So as you learn these different no's and reasons why people telling you they don't need you, you're going to come up with a flip side of that and say why they do need you at the next one. Okay.
So, Courtney, out of all of that we just said, what we're trying to say is don't give up, keep pushing. Even if you get a no, keep going until you get a yes.
Yes.
So, Danielle says she's not afraid. Her anxiety is not getting calls from General Notary Work. She's done some loan signings, but that's not what impressed with her. So, how's your Google My Business page? Are you still going out marketing to different companies, your strip malls, and all of that? Or have you just stopped marketing it at all? That's the question we have for you. Anyone from Asia says, anyone from Virginia, do we need E&O to start general notary work? Everyone who's listening now on the replay, before you stamp any document, always have E&O insurance for your notary business. The answer is yes, you need E&O. I don't care what state you're in, have E&O insurance. And how much you get determines what you're doing with your business and that type of thing. Deidre said, do you recommend sole proprietorship to start off or jump into an LLC? Business question, business decision. So we can't tell you like what you should do. I would suggest seeing what the two differences are and how you want to structure your business.
I do have a video about do you need an LLC?
Mm-hmm.
Also EIN, E and O insurance. All of those is under business structures, the whole playlist. And just a short version of that, do you need these different entities for your business to start? You do not. People will tell you, yes, you do. But just to get started, you don't need it. What if you go out and spend, I know California could be $300 to $800 for an LLC and you haven't stamped one paper yet. That just doesn't make sense to me. Once you know what you want to do with your business, then we're going to grow it. Remember, we're in the slow cooking. We're going to step
Mm-hmm.
it. We're going to learn how to do it. We're going to get our entities. We're going to get our EIN. We're going to get our banking account. We're going to do all of that. But we're not doing all of that before we even get our commission or a stamp of paper. Okay.
Hi everyone. So Danielle said I started by looking at YouTube, got very overwhelmed, spent so much money unnecessary. Should have learned how to do general notary work first. Yes, and that's what we always preach. Start from the basics and work your way up. Slow cook. Honey says, I work in public health and I've seen so many different discrepancies with IDs, and I feel I'm not assertive enough when challenged. What's your thoughts on that, Alexis and Kim?
Goes back to what we talked about earlier. I mean, you're just gonna have to do it. It's your job,
Mm-hmm.
your commission. You're the expert. If you say no, it's a no. If it's some reason you don't want to do it, whatever that reason, it's your notary commission on the line. So you have to just kind of get a backbone. And I'll say that not being disrespectful, but I have to do that even with pricing. I tell Angela all the time, I got to give me a backbone. But I say that to say this. you have to make the decision. You're the expert. And if you know something's not right, I'm not stamping it just because they're going to pitch a fit.
Mm-hmm. And your
I'm not 2 years
assertiveness,
old. Hmm.
yeah, your assertiveness should simply be, basically, I'm not going to do that. And you pack up your stuff and leave. They can't make you stay. So that's what I would do.
And in the event that, it gets nasty, because you never know, I'm pretty sure it happened to somebody out there. But in
Mm-hmm.
the event it does get nasty, it didn't go their way. You're in the right as far as, whatever the case may be, whatever the situation was, they go on Google and leave you a review.
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure you reply to that review
Yep.
in a very courteous manner. You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
get nasty either, but you do want to stick up for yourself and your
Mm-hmm.
business. So
Yep.
I just want to put that out there because I see some people they'll try to ignore it. Make sure you reply to it and stick up for your business. Like I
Oh,
said, it
yeah.
don't have to be a back and forth thing or
Mm-mm.
anything like that. But make sure you reply because people are reading that.
Yeah.
Your future clients.
Yeah. And I always quote the notary laws. Notary laws don't permit me to do that. And I explain that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Sharon says that I'm located in the Sunshine State, but I haven't received any callbacks from loan signing companies. Alexis?
Keep going. I mean, what companies have you signed up with? That can go into a whole list of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, have you looked into going direct? If so, what does that look like for you? Are you
Especially in
reaching out via
Florida.
email? Yeah, are you reaching out via email? Are you in person? What is that? What is your marketing model for your loan signing aspect of your business?
Mm-hmm.
How's your profile,
I was
Sharon?
just
Let's
about to
start with
ask
your
you that.
profile, your picture. How does it look complete? How many companies have you signed up with? Do you even know what you're doing in being a loan signing agent? Have you had
Mm-hmm.
proper training? I mean, you really have to even start there.
Because
You said you're
they're
signing.
looking at your profile if you haven't got
Right.
any signings.
Yeah. So you reach out at our new corner there.
Intake
Um the
intake
intake,
call.
fill it out, intake calls, and we'll call you, see what's going on, okay?
Courtney says she's the same way, an introvert, but working to get the money has made her an extrovert. All right, then don't play about her money.
Yeah.
That's it. Blind guy says the Proctor video was value packed.
Thank you. It
Sharon
was
said it feels.
long, but it was.
Sharon said it feels discouraging. I purchased all the equipment needed. Yes, you're right. Just take small steps. Don't keep focusing on general notary work. We cannot say it enough, you guys. Don't go spending a whole lot of money on stuff and things you don't need and you haven't started this business. It's so basic what you need to start this notary business. And baby steps, slow cook, get the equipment as you need it. I did not buy this big brother printer sitting up here until I started doing loan signing. I just
Mhm.
had my little inkjet that I was happy with and didn't even use it for general notary work because it was just my home printer. But I bought nothing that had anything to do with loan signing before I filled out that profile and started getting hits for loan signing. And then I went and bought a big printer.
Yeah.
Do any of you lovely ladies do consultations? We actually have something coming, Dimitri, in sort of that field. So just look out for what we got coming regarding that.
In the meantime, check out the new intake
Okay.
form. And that was at 8:20, Angela, before we made that announcement.
Mm-hmm.
So that might cover what she needs for now. So
Mm-hmm. The
mhm.
Proctor video was very informative. I didn't think it was long. Deidre said that.
Thank you.
Keisha said it was thorough and she feel ready to add it to her list of service.
And that was
Okay.
the point. I wanted you to be able to
Mm-hmm.
walk away and be able to actually use the information. I don't need to sell you 5 more courses to tell you how to do Proctor.
Valerie says
I
she's glad
appreciate
it
that.
went. Valerie says she's glad it went slow.
Yeah.
Catherine said she watched every 20 minutes of it and listened to it every morning.
Thank y'all.
And all things Nata Jean said people make the notary world so complicated and it's not at all. You're right, Nata Jean.
Hey, Nata Jean.
Stacy Ann says she's glad our group is not shake and bake. That's right, Stacy.
Nah, and I do like me some shake and bake, but
Not that
not,
kind of a group.
yeah, not all over the place. Yeah.
Jasmine says, "Hi Kimmy, I started calling offering proctor services 10 minutes after you posted that video.
Keep
That
us
video,
posted, Jasmine.
that video was hot.
It really was.
Danielle, Danielle said, ladies, at some point, can you please tell us what the purpose of the YouTube videos are, how to start, and how much or many you need to make money? So Kim just did a new book.
Yes,
Tell me about your book,
Danielle.
Kim.
Really quick. Yes, check out my new YouTube book. It's called Start and Grow Your YouTube Channel. And guess what? It's not that complicated. So I give you all the tips and tricks and how to start your channel. It's not complicated, guys. How to build your YouTube channel. I mean, it really is a great book. You know, anything I do, I put my heart in it. So Danielle, I'm gonna give you a couple tips really quick though. So as far as the purpose of the videos, that's gonna be whatever you want your channel to be about. If you want to talk about knitting, it's a whole genre of people that's interested in knitting. If it's about cooking, it's people that want to watch you cook. It could be about anything, literally anything. There's somebody that's interested in you and your message. One, how to get started, just start, press record on your phone. You don't need a lot of equipment for that either. I go over all of that in the book. And how much do you need to make? You need to have 1,000 at the time of this recording. You need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So that means people have to have watched your videos for 4,000 hours. So I give you tips on how to accomplish all of those goals in that book. Again, like Alexa said something earlier, is why people pay for training. Because some people say, well, I can go watch a video and find this out, or I can go watch that. You can. It took me months. It took me like 6 months to learn YouTube. If I had my book that I wrote, I could have had my channel up and really blowing up within probably a month or two. But it took me 6 months to learn about YouTube, and then it took me 6 months before I could actually start trying to see some benefits from it. So that's a year worth of time. I give you all of that in a 50-page book. You know what I'm saying? So cut the fluff and the fat and all that. We get right to it. So that's why you pay for training. Can you teach yourself how to be a notary? You sure can. But if you wanted to write down all hours and hours and hours and hours, or you can just get it done in 3 hours and keep it moving. It's a service. It's a luxury that you pay for. Next.
Sharon said she hadn't seen the Proctor video, but would definitely follow up this evening.
Yeah.
Ryan's Porter, you're very welcome. All Things Nata Jean says, since loan signings are down, I have ventured over to freight dispatching since it is flexible. Also, this is very lucrative field. So All Things Nata Jean, congratulations. She's doing what she got to do to fill in the gaps, you guys. And that's what it's all about when you run a business.
Nata Jean, let us know if you want to come on and talk about that. Nata Jean is a previous student, and I trust what she would add, the value that she would add to our platform. So if you feel comfortable enough, reach out to us and let me know about freight dispatching if you'd like to share that.
So Honey says, I call local colleges and real estate companies that offer training and that you should watch Kim's videos. So yeah, that's another way to get business. She's going out the way to get business. All Things Nata, okay. Amanda was asking All Things Nata Jane about the freight. Down South Sentimentals. She says WWAD is none of my business. I don't care if it says Timbuktu. She's actually
so
quoting
funny.
what we said earlier.
Did you change the name of your company Down South
Down
too?
South,
Looks like
did you change
did.
the company name?
Yeah, it looks like you changed your name. Congrats if you got a new venture though.
She's also been riding with us from day one, you guys.
Yes, she even came to Georgia for our live event. Amazing.
That's our girl.
Amazing. Yeah, we love you guys.
Nata Jean, how do you get into that, please? Jasmine says, watch Kimmi's video. She has some good suggestions. So just to back up a little bit, Kim's, we're going to have All Things Nata Jean maybe come on stage, not this today, but next time.
Oh, yeah, not today. We can plan around it. Yeah, we can't do it tonight. We're already over. But Nata Jean, reach out if you feel like you want to come on. And I've told Nata Jean she need a YouTube channel. So that might be your thing, girl, talking about dispatching trucks. So let me know if you want to come on again. Next.
Jasmine says, watch Kimmy's video. She has some good suggestions.
Thank you.
Dinah says, hi. All Things Nata Jean is answering Danielle. Danielle says, thank you. Good evening, Tynese. Danielle says, hard to find the work. So they talking back and forth. Hello. Tisha said, we're human too. Yep, we will make mistake. We will make mistake. Hi, everyone. So Honey says, can't you line through it and stamp again underneath? If you're talking about your notary stamp, yes, you can.
She's talking about your mistake you said you made, Angela.
With the
Remember
stamp?
you told her about, your mistake.
I just
or my
drew a line through it and stamp. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody's talking about their love. The point. Mackenzie says froze. I guess somebody froze. Honey says,
Okay.
what about getting to a job and they cancel so you wasted your gas and made no money? If that's general notary work, that's really how it goes in the business. That's just a you got to take a loss sometimes. I was
And with,
I
oh,
was
go ahead.
I was always almost at a job and they called me and said they didn't need my services. I said, okay, thank you. I wasn't about to argue about pay me a fee. I just said thank you and turned the car, made a U-turn and went back home. So that's part of being a business owner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, make sure you do follow up. So I just have situations where we might speak at 1 o'clock, we plan for 4 o'clock, right? Guess what? Before I leave out my house, depending on how far it is, I'm calling. I want verbal communication. Hey, do you still need me? I was about to be on my way to you. That's what that kind of sounds like. I never had them cancel en route, but just like Angela said, if they did, I would just call it a day. It is what it is. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on certain jobs, we talked about jail signings and another. I won't go too in depth, but depending on certain jobs, you can collect maybe half up front or the full fee, depending on your business model, which your business plan. But you can't collect fees depending on how much of a inconvenience it would be if they did cancel.
And I just
Mm-hmm.
think again that's part of a loss. But if it's a loan signing company, they usually pay you a trip fee or something. Yeah. But I do one thing I did start doing recently in the past 6 months was like I have an appointment for Wednesday. Since it's in the morning, on Tuesday night, I will just send them a nice reminder with the date, time, location, and the price, and confirm that we're still still this meeting is still on. And they
Right.
always usually always confirm back. So, and if it's the next day evening, that morning, I send them the same thing, a text with the date, time, location, and the price, confirm the meeting, and they always answer. So that's one way you can do it too.
And if I send that reminder and they don't respond, I don't go to the appointment. I've
I don't
had a
go.
man miss his appointment when I first started in my earlier days, and say the appointment was at 4 and he did not respond around 3 o'clock. I didn't go. So he said, I was expecting you at 4. I said, well, I sent you a reminder text and you did not respond. I don't leave my home until I can confirm. And he
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
like, oh man. I said, I can get you later. I made the appointment right for him, but I don't have time or money to waste like that.
So Danielle has a very good statement she's making. She says, "Ladies, I finally got a call to do a seller's package this coming Thursday.
Yeah.
However, I'm a little leery because their rules say if you make mistakes, they will not use you again.
They won't use you then.
They
So
won't
we're
use
not
you
gonna make no
again."
mistakes. Prepare your package. Make
Yeah.
sure you prepare it, whatever that looks like for you. Page by page, looking for initials, signatures, dates. Make sure your journal's ready. Make sure you have your supplies ready. Your ink has stamp, and your stamp has ink in it, et cetera, et cetera. Go out there and be about it. And I am so excited for you, girl, because you've been fighting for a minute,
Yeah,
Danielle.
and also Danielle too. I don't know if you already have the package. You probably not because it's Thursday. But when they send you a package and it's 2 hours before the closing, I take my time. If it's a big package, I take my time and go through the package. If they're telling you that if you make any mistakes, they're not going to use you again, number one, they know what time they sent the package. They know you have to print it out. They know you have to look it over. Take your time and look over it. Take you some post-it notes, the flag, post-it flags, and flag everywhere they have to sign. And when you finish, go through the package again and look over to make sure you didn't miss anything. And most likely you'll be just fine. So don't be afraid, but just take your time and look through the package. Since they say they're not going to call you if you make mistakes, make sure you're going to be a professional notary and check the package out before you go out there.
And let
As
me
well
go
as
back
that.
really quick on some. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexis.
I was gonna say ask them questions. If that much of a stickler, make sure you
Yeah.
write stuff down and ask them.
And that's
I was
very
just
good. So Danielle, don't be afraid to call the lender if you have any questions about
mm-hmm.
anything.
Because they are the ones sending you out there. But I was going to double back about that appointment thing. Now, the only exception to me traveling out without confirming or whatever is if I'm doing a signing company.
A
If
loan
the
signing.
signing company instructions, the loan signing, if their instructions are for me to travel there
Mhm.
without confirmation of talking to the client, then I'm going to follow that instruction because they're going to pay me a trip fee and a print fee. I won't receive the whole fee if they're not there, but that's the instruction, so I have to follow that. But in my GNW, general notary work, is a different story. That's my business. I run it how I want to. So I just wanted to clarify that, because I don't want people saying, well, Kimmi said don't go if I can't confirm.
Mm,
That's only for my personal general notary work. Again, for
yeah.
loan signing, I'm going to follow the instructions of my client who hired me. Okay.
And sometimes the loan signing company will pay you the whole fee. I went to a client's house twice, and both times the loan signing company paid me the whole $125. And I was like, I could drive 20 minutes and back for $125.
Yeah,
But
I know we
anyway, but
talking about Angela, so
they will pay you a trip fee.
she
I
gonna
just
get
be,
her money.
but you know what I do though? I just right there in the driveway, text them email them and said I'm in the signer's driveway. I've got here at if it's 1 o'clock, I'll be like 12:50. I rang the doorbell 3 times. I waited in my car until 1 o'clock. I called the signer. I did not get an answer. Uh, I'll stay here another 15 minutes, which would make it 1:15. And if they're not here by then, I will proceed to leave the premises. And they always say, we thank you, appreciate it. We're gonna send it in. You're gonna get paid full fee and da 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 da. So
Okay,
that's
so
what
the
happened.
rest of it, Angela, we're gonna see. Can you go ahead and knock it out, and we will only
Okay.
chime in if absolutely necessary. Okay.
Okay, so that is different. You would get a trip fee. Somebody you don't get a print fee for general notary work. General notary work is just a loss. Uh, I feel the expense. Helpful Hannah says, I feel the expense of marketing enough to get enough work to make a living with general notary work or loan signing. I don't understand that question.
I fear the expense of marketing enough. Just oh, will she be able to make enough money from just marketing?
For
The
general notary
expense.
work, yeah, girl, general notary work. Y'all, general notary work is where it is. If you market, Google my business, and just stick it out, you will make the money with general notary. Everybody's gonna always need people are gonna always need a notary. Courtney Brown says, I would like tips on advertising my services. I have Google business and I get views, but no one calls me. Courtney, and while no one is calling you on Google, as long as you look at your page and make sure it's maximized, there are other things that you're gonna probably need to do with marketing until that, but I don't it's you have to decide whether you want to do this, but you may want to consider even getting a Google ad. I was very successful with Google ads. So was Kim and Alexis. That's one suggestion is to get a Google ad. It'll put you at the top of the leader. And when the ad is over, if you've gotten customers and reviews, then maybe that will help. But that's what helped me. You guys got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I was just going to sum up Google My Business because there's a few more going down. Just some of the Google My Business. You can't make money using Google My Business, but I want to say look at it as like more so like a 25% of marketing for your business. You still have social media. You still have ways that you can physically go in person and drop business cards off to different entities. So Google My Business, yes, it is lucrative, but it's just another way of marketing. You still have plenty of other ways to market. If you do need assistance with maximizing, I do offer sessions where I basically go through your personal business page one-on-one via Zoom. You can do an hour session or 2 hour sessions depending on how familiar you are with Google. And I can definitely help you all out with maximizing your Google page to get you going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Sharon says she sure the client will understand as long as you're professional and apologetic. Yes. Queen Moore 999 says, AKA Sandra, what I'm scared of is getting this Google page right. Alexis just talked about that. Connie says, yes, I recently got documents notarized and the person wrote the wrong date for her commission. I had to go back and have her change the date. DJS says, I'm intimidated by POA's power of attorney done in the hospital. So if you have training, you guys, and you know how to be a good notary, you know about the certificates and the forms, there's no reason to be intimidated unless you just don't like hospitals or you're afraid in that sense. You have to really get that fear out of you and just do it. Sharon said, I'm concerned. I need help on my Google business page to make sure marketing. That's Alexis, you guys. Dimitri said, thank you, ladies, for being blunt and honest. You're welcome. Danielle is talking about ads in different avenues. Helpful Hannah says, asking Danielle, how long did it take after you signed up with the service to get the signings? Joy King says, hello, which payment system are you using? I use Square. Alexa use Square. Kim use Square. We all use
And
Square.
Joy, you took class, girl, so we talked about that.
Ooh, joy.
Go back to your go back to your takeaway sheet because I put all of that on the takeaway sheet.
It is.
But
Help for Hannah says,
Square, Zelle, Cash
yeah,
App.
Cash App,
Okay.
Venmo.
Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Helpful Hannah said, I feel like I have had my Google My Business page in progress for forever now, as I don't want to launch a poor page that doesn't generate business or list any service I am not confident in. Alexis, the Google My Business guru, you guys. Queen Moore says, thank you for your concern for supporting the community that have a life and on-the-go training that will teach people the foundation they need to provide the public with proper state standards. You're welcome, Queen Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle said the signing that I have this week, I did not sign up with them. She said she got me from one of the other signing agencies. And that happens too.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
great. Stacy answered she's using Angela's goals, then try each day. So that's something we did. Look at the live me and Alexis did last week. That's what Stacy Ann is talking about. Help for Hannah says, interesting. Good to know that services could pass our info along for more work. Yep. Is there a link for classes? Tamitri, yes, there is at notaryeducatorsllc.com. All the classes, the online classes and the live via Zoom classes are all on notaryeducatorsllc.com.
The books are there also. YouTube book.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Notary Educators is at that one website. Mm-hmm.
Lashana said, this is good talk. Tisha says, Kimmy, you always refer to Notary Gadget often. Is there an app for that? I was searching last night. Go on notaryeducatorsllc.com, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see the link for Notary Gadget.
It's on the computer.
Michelle says, I took the general notary class with Miss Angela, very informative, made me confident this was a great investment for me to start off right. So that's all about getting
Mm-hmm.
training, you guys. Minerva says, sorry for your loss. Tisha
Thank
says,
you.
that was a great example. I signed up to be a notary. My dad passed and is now a year later. Danielle says, Hannah, I'm sorry I don't remember the agency. I'm trying to watch the ladies in the chat, and my memory is not that strong nowadays. Catherine says, yes, I had to reset and refocus. Yep, sometimes you have to do that. You have to stop, think, reset, and refocus. Ecstatic Orange says, hi there, my first live. Welcome, Ecstatic Orange. Love the info. I saw your proctor video and wanted to know, is the client always the one who provides the paperwork the proctor signs at the end? The answer is yes. Valerie Haley's, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. What is the
Angela,
online?
let's one more thing with the proctor. It may not always be a piece of paper you have to sign. It may be that you just fill out this last screen of their test. So that
Mhm.
might just mean your name, your business address, phone number, and your title, just for clarification. So it's not always a piece of paper. Matter of fact, none of mine has been a piece of paper. My proctoring has always been on their computer. At the end, I put in my information.
So Valerie
Sorry.
says, where's the online courses names and where can we find them? So the online courses names, so the live courses are notarized A to Z and loan signing A to Z, and they're all on notaryeducatorsllc.com website. When you go on the website, you'll see the button for each class that said book now. The online courses are all also below that. We have the notarized like a pro. We got the build your business. What else, Kim? We got
No, notary
oh,
work.
it's not that
I-9,
the
how to build your
I-9 form,
business.
the fingerprinting, ink fingerprinting.
The
All of
newest one
those
is start your general notary. How to do general notary work. Don't be
don't be
scared.
scared.
It's not that complicated.
So they're all on
Everything, yeah.
notaryeducatorsllc.com. Notaryeducatorsllc.com.
Hmm.
So down south said she can relate to the loss example firsthand. DJS said, tell them you ain't Flo. Danielle said, Kimmy, I was trying to take the courses for general notary work and one other one only to see the word purchase again.
So I'm glad Danielle put that there. So when you purchase the course, guys, you go through Notary Educators to find it, right? That's like the house. But when you actually purchase the courses through Gumroad, you own the course. It's not something like Mission Impossible going to expire in 30 days or 90 days. It's your course. So you just keep that email. I usually star my important email. So I'm gonna recommend you do the same thing. So once you purchase the course and that email says, it'll, matter of fact, it tells you, it says view content now. So
Mm-hmm.
star that email that you made the purchase. It'll say congratulations, save that, and then whenever you want to go back to your course, you just click view content. Okay, so
When you
it
go
does
to
not
that,
expire. You don't ever have
mhm.
to buy them again. Once you buy it, you own it. Okay.
So you always have to go back to that original email that was sent to you, and that's where you click on that link for the course. It's going to be in your email in that link.
Right. It's not at Notary Educators. You just go there to purchase it. That's like the shell, the house, everything is there. Then it takes you to the actual store. So Notary Educators LLC has all of the course information. You own it. You do not have to rebuy it. So Danielle, don't pay for another course. Let me know if you still having problems, okay?
Mm-hmm. So the courses, everybody keep asking about the courses. Again, notaryeducatorsllc.com, and they're all on that webpage. Life with DB says, Kimmi, I bought the specialty journal this week. It's wonderful. Can't wait to use it for the first time. I truly cannot wait to spend time in training at the Notary Educators. I love that journal too. I mean, it makes my business so much easier because everything that's not a notary related is in that journal, and I love it.
So for example, really quick, you got the I-9 apostille, field inspection. You can write that in there. Anything like Angela said that is not a notarial act, you can write in that journal. And they come in different colors. Again, everything is at notaryeducatorsllc.com, guys.
Okay, I'm skipping down. Valerie says, I just joined the Facebook and I did answer all the questions.
Yay!
Honey says, when I join groups from browser, it cuts off.
Join groups from browser. For Facebook, because I don't,
Yeah.
that might be, that's what she, okay, because I'm not really sure how will they get around that. Do you know, Alexis?
No.
Okay, no problem. Sorry, honey. But just try a different way then, if that's not working for you, okay?
Carolyn Harvey says, love you ladies. You're all fabulous, especially you, Kimmi. Planning to move to another state soon so I can start my notary business then. You all give me confidence. Thank you, Carolyn.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you.
Jennifer, hey, Jennifer, says the apostille training was outstanding. Thank you, Jennifer. Aisha Jones, hello. I finally made a live. Nice to meet you. Hi, Aisha.
Hey, Aisha.
Life with Delbert says so many great trainings. Danya said, ladies, when are you going to have another conference? I want to come see y'all.
Oh, you know what's so funny? We actually would love to do a little traveling too. So I don't know what that looks like yet. We've been talking about it. Do we come to Florida? What's a central space for like maybe four hours for you guys to come to us, 4 hours for us to meet you, where we all can get together some kind of way. So I don't know if y'all get some ideas, hit us up because we'd be interested. Right now, of course, you guys know we're outside of Atlanta, but we teach all 50 states. So for us all to ever get together, it's probably, let me know if you guys would be interested in a Zoom, some kind of way we could all meet like that. We did a Facebook Zoom, which was amazing, about 2-3 months ago, maybe about 3 months ago. And we just did our Facebook group. I didn't advertise that one, but it was fun just to kind of put a face and everybody just, we just chatted it up, answer questions. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Just a 50 state Zoom call. We can do that. So we can just all kind of chat it up for a little bit. I don't know how we could ever all be in the same space though.
So Helpful Hannah says, I also joined. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Kim.
No, I was just saying, go ahead.
Helpful Hannah says, I also joined the Facebook group. Can't wait to be further trained by the ladies I trust and give clear and concise info about the business. Thank you. Aisha here from Alabama, new to Notary Public. No idea where to start. So Aisha, hit us up on notaryeducatorsllc.com, do the intake, and we'll be happy to talk to you and give you some guidance. Catherine's looking forward to the training. Demetri says, I'm in Alabama and I'm a brand new notary. So Demetri, hit us up on notaryeducatorsllc.com and do the intake form. It takes about 4 signs. Gracie said it takes about 4 signs to be comfortable because it's repetitive. That's some good tips from Gracie. Jennifer said, is there a one-on-one training available for Google My Business page? Yes, it is. Click on the Google box on our website. Jennifer and Alexis will get back to you. Will you ladies post the Facebook video you did last week on marketing on YouTube? No, you guys. The YouTube was like kind of flaky last week, so it's just on our Facebook.
However, since we were going to redo that tonight, and then this other thought came into my head. So maybe next Monday, 2 Mondays. 2 Mondays from now, maybe we'll readdress the marketing one. because I had some things I wanted to say on that, and I had to be out last week. So, and then everything was just wacky. The StreamYard. So yeah, we'll redo a marketing one. But is it on Facebook? The one you and
It is
Alexis
on
did?
Facebook. It's on Facebook.
Okay.
So yeah, check it out on Facebook. The one they did on marketing. Okay.
So Honey said she did do training. So Honey, just get in touch with us on the intake, the new intake bar on the website. We'll talk to you for a minute.
Yeah.
H just says, what are the basic supplies you need to do your first signing? All I have is stamp, commission, bond, E&O. Get your journal, Stacy, and that's the basic supplies that you need. Bree said, I'm waiting for my commission to come. New York City. Should I wait to take the basic training course? So Bree, you can take the training course. I don't know how long New York City takes for their commission, but yeah, just go on our website or give us a call and talk to us about how long it takes to actually get your commission.
And a
Valerie,
lot of time, hold on one second, Angela, because a lot of times, Bree, I really want you to have your commission
mm-hmm,
before we start training. Why?
mm-hmm,
Because you might take all this training and something happens and you can't get your commission.
right.
So that's not the proper step. Proper step is let's get the commission. If that takes you a little bit longer, then we'll wait, and training is going to be here. We're not going
Mhm,
anywhere. But proper steps would be to have your commission in hand. That's like a doctor
mhm.
going to perform surgery. He said, I'm waiting on my graduate degree. No, you wait till you get all your stuff in a row, and then we'll be here, okay?
Yeah, and that's why I says contact us because sometimes I heard recently that somebody's commission takes 3 weeks. I
Yeah.
don't know who it was. So
Yeah. Or at
Valerie
least
says,
be in the process. I'm sorry. Yeah, at least be in the process, but not
yeah,
not just starting training, because we hear a lot of horror stories, and we're not going to
yeah.
be those people. Mm-mm.
So Valerie said, yes, I have had training the NNA. So Valerie, and you guys that are listening, you guys on the replay, that's great that you had the NNA training, but I don't know if you read on that training you had, but the NNA actually recommends that you get additional training even when you take their training, unless you feel comfortable and confident that you can do it with what you've had. So Jasmine says, my lack of knowledge is deterrent, but I'm pushing forward. So Jasmine, my question to you also is, have you had any formal notary training? FTMS Customs, New South Georgia, is it necessary for AAN and NANA membership? What are those memberships?
The ANA might be American National Notary, maybe. I don't
I
know.
think she got the acronyms kind of mixed up, maybe.
The NNA is so you don't have to have the membership. I actually just got one because my husband had one. If you're talking about the NNA membership, which is $69 a year, which allows you access to call them, and it allows you access to documents that they have for $69 a year. I'm gonna say yes, invest in your business. If you don't have it right away, you don't need it. I didn't have it for a couple years. I just bought my membership. But they're a great organization as far as that they're open central, not central time, mountain time, California time. So they're open, especially for those of us on the East Coast. We can get a lot of coverage from them as far as if you need help while you're out notarizing documents. So they do not cover anything loan signing related as far as questions, but they will assist you in any notarial act. Okay. I'm not familiar with the other one, AAN or whatever that one is. I think you might be saying NNA though. Okay, Angela.
Hi from Westland, from West Palm Beach. Carolyn, you're welcome about the reminders. We appreciate it. Sabina, I'm a newbie. Just got a call about a notarization of a divorce paper. I'm nervous. What do I need to be on the lookout for? I'm in Missouri. So again, Sabina, if you're a good notary, you've had training. You guys, when you're notarizing documents, all that other stuff in there is not your business. You need to know where the client needs to sign and where you need to notarize. That's the most important thing after you ID the person and know that they are who they say they are, have them sign your journal. And so as long as you know where they need to sign and where you need to notarize, that's all that's important. Thank you, Gracie. You're welcome for the information. Kiki says, hi, everyone. My state let me know that I cannot charge a travel fee, $5 for the stamp. I can charge up to $25 for the notarization. Is there still a way to make this a viable business? Thank you. So, Kiki, we don't know what state you're in. So why don't you give us a on notaryeducatorsllc.com, do the intake form, and we can talk to you for a few minutes. Danielle said today she went to JC Penney to inquire about professional photos. She was asked if she could call me to get a POW, advance director, and will notarize. It would require me to travel 18 miles. That's not bad for all of that, Dunya. I hope you're gonna uh, let them pay you. I'm thinking, don't be doing no photos for don't be changing those gartering for no photos for no pictures, no file documents. So anyway, she said she was thinking 130. What do y'all think? So Danielle, the answer to that question is I don't remember what state you're in. I don't know what they say you can charge for a stamp. So it all depends on that. How much can you charge for a stamp? What's your travel fee? You know, all of that. If you can charge $10 for a stamp, that may not be enough. Sorry, but that's what I feel. Do y'all help with notaries networking in our states? What state is Dimitri in?
I
I
don't
can't
know, but
remember.
our Facebook group would be
Yeah,
is how people network. Actually, they create their own networking events. And we're in the group all the time to bring people together. People, we have a great Facebook group. I mean, people be cheering each other on, and if you really want to know what somebody think about your Google page, they will tell you. If you want to know about your business card, they have
yeah.
people don't bite their tongues with kindness. So yeah, I think we have a great group as far as helping each other out. Yeah,
Margaret says, "Good evening, ladies. Did you get your LLC right away?" For me,
I
Margaret,
did
I
not.
already had a business. I already had a business when I started the notary business, so the LLC just worked right into that. Some people wait if you not don't know if you're going to do that business, do this business, then you can wait. Deidre Johnson said, "Do you recommend setting up a Google My Business and then setting up business as a sole proprietorship or LLC?"
That's gonna be a business decision, but I always recommend make some money before we start spending money, and that means have your Google page first, and then you can worry about your structure. And that's just my personal opinion. We're gonna
And the
make
Google
money, then we're gonna spend money.
and the Google page is free, you guys. Remember that. So Danielle said, "Can you put a video on Google My Business?" Danielle, go to Kimmi's YouTube. There's a whole video on how to set up Google My Business.
Yes,
Believe it
you
or not, that's
can.
how I set. That's how I set my Google My Business up. I didn't even have to call Alexis. When you proud of me, Alexis, I
Oh,
have to call you.
yeah,
Aisha
but you
says,
can't put a video on there.
Aisha says, "What do we need to get our LLC? Can you give a few examples of the typical time frame of different signings, like a loan?" I couldn't think of any more examples. So what do we need to get your LLC? Each person's
I
state
just
has to
did
go
that
through the
whole Angela. I just did a whole banking video, so I think she watched
yeah.
that. It'll help her. So watch the LLC video, Aisha, and also watch the when I open my business bank account video. So I got those are two, and the EIN also. I got three business videos for you.
So your other question about the time frame, all documents, it could be different. A lot of times it just depends on the signer. Loan packages are different amount of pages. The signer may be slow. The signer may just want to get through it and say, "Tell me where to sign." So it's hard to say the typical time frame for different signings. Like a loan mod may take you 15 minutes, but loan documents, I've had different time frames for that. I don't know about you guys.
I got a video about that. Check it out. So the video is about common loan documents, and I go over 9 different packages, what they look like, how long it takes, and all of that. So I think it's called loan documents. So just do a search within the channel and you'll see it. Okay. So it'll go over all the different packages, how much the average pay is, etc. Okay.
So
I think I
Jennifer
talked
asked
about that.
about Alexis one-on-one training for Google My Business page for a fee. Stacey Ann said, yes, she's great. She just did it.
Reach out. This gonna answer some other questions that's coming up too.
Right.
I
So
the,
Sharon
the
said she
fee is,
definitely don't do the. I'm sorry,
Oh,
Alexis.
hold on,
I'm
Angela.
sorry. I was gonna say the fee 1 hour session or 2 hour session is 89 or 160. Um, reach out to me at notaryeducatorsllc.com, and I have a little spot on there for Google My Business, and email me and I'll get back to you.
Yep.
And that's at the time of this recording because that, I mean, if somebody's watching this 10 years from now, that price might be different. So, but
Sharon.
everything is at Google. That's called evergreen content, guys. Buy my YouTube book if you're thinking about a channel. It's called Evergreen Content YouTube. All right, that's a free tip.
Well, Valerie said the prices on your website are those the 50% off, or will it take off at the end?
It actually shows you both at the website. So right now the price of one of them is 117, half off 57. So that's with the sale price. No coupon code needed.
So Margaret said, "Thank you, ladies, for your time, expertise, and advice. What is a good company to have business cards made?" I do mine at where do I do mine?
I do
Vistaprint.
Vistaprint. Yeah.
They're not that expensive.
Mm-mm. I love
Uh,
Vistaprint.
Sharon says small marketing each week, visiting the same companies and branch out. Yep, good advice.
Mm-hmm.
And Valerie says she was accepted on the Facebook page.
Yay.
Done yesterday. I stopped marketing. I was discouraged and depressed, but I'm back. I don't stay down long. I'm back on the hustle. Yep, don't stop marketing, you guys, because somebody said you no. You're welcome for the advice, Deidre. Thank you, Bree, for we are trying our best. Thank you, Stacy. Sharon, contact Alexis on notaryeducatorsllc.com. Click on the Google box and she will get back to you. Stacy Ann is Alexis cheerleader because she's like right on it. Sylvia Rio says, I'm glad I caught the live here in California. Welcome, Sylvia. You 3 hours behind us. Welcome. Sharon says, yes, I have 100,000 E&O for sure. I have mine through Fiberg. So it's up to you guys as to who you want to get your insurance through. Do you all sign up for NNA? I have NNA. Um, Somebody said I've signed up for SnapDocs. Uh, Danielle says she'll get the book, the YouTube book, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy said the video was great. She's going slow, but groundwork solid, so she need her phone to ring. That's the way it is,
Yeah.
Stacy. Solid and slow. Gracie said,
Mm-hmm.
all the way from Texas. I'm located 2 minutes away from the UTSA, and I was considering Proctor service, but don't know how to go market that.
Oh, just add it to your Google My Business page. Proctor service available. And know how to do it. I mean, it's not hard to do. So watch the video, Gracie, from beginning to end. If you watch the video, it tells you everything, how to add Proctor service. Literally, just add Proctor services to your Google page and watch the video. You should be able to start doing that.
So Sylvia Rios says, is there another Proctor video other than the one Kimmi put out? I never knew about Proctor work until I saw your video, Kimmi. I totally love it. Well, Kimberly only has one video for Proctor. I don't know
Yeah, I
about
only
any
had one.
others.
I was thinking about making a follow up because I had so many questions. I don't know why, because it was very thorough, but I did get a few, so I might do a follow up. But yeah, the Proctor is a real thing, guys, and that video has had over 10,000 hits. I cannot even believe it. But it is a real thing, though. People just never. I'm surprised too. Nobody ever talked about that. Okay, moving on. Go ahead, Angela.
Because I was about to say something. All things Nata Jean said, I will email you. I will be starting this Wednesday. I will let you know how it goes. Sharon says, thank you, ladies, for the encouragement. I know you all consistently receive redundant questions, and we are your dedicated viewers. Thank you for that. You're welcome. Thank you for not getting tired of hearing the same questions from your new and veteran viewers. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Rice says, I agree. Go through the seller package and flag it. The package is 27 pages. Danielle said the package is 27 pages, already printed and flagged. The signer has not confirmed the time. But like Kim mentioned earlier, Danielle, they don't confirm, you still go out. Dimitri said, what about being safe for meeting clients in a non-public space? So loan signing clients, I'm never like really afraid because I figure that I always let somebody know where I am and the company knows where I am. But I don't know what you mean by non-public places other than somebody's house. You don't mean like in an alley somewhere or, I don't know what you mean. I just wanted to
Well, I
make a
guess
joke,
like
you guys.
if you go into a client's home, I
Oh
safety.
yeah, safety first. Though, if you don't feel comfortable
If you
going in
don't feel
that house,
comfortable.
don't go in the house. Because I saw somebody else had a video. I think it was Leah, and somebody wanted her to go in the basement. And she was like, I don't think so. That's been a long time ago, that video she had sometime last year. But it was interesting. It piqued my interest. It said something like her thumbnail for YouTube. It said something like, guess what a client asked me to do or something. So I'm not going to nobody's basement. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
why? No. So you know what I'm saying? So be safety first.
Safety
Hmm.
first.
Yeah, do them
So,
outside if possible.
so Asia says, not sure what I did wrong, people. I've just finished entering all my information on Byberg for the E&O insurance. It's giving me a monthly quote of 108. Is that expensive? It depends on how much you get. You must be getting $500,000 worth of E&O insurance for 108. But that's kind of,
I
I
get
don't know what
everything through the
Byberg's price
NNA.
this is. I got mine through the NNA. It was $30 for
NNA,
the year.
National Notary Association. I get everything from
Yeah,
them.
I do too.
Everything.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but they said one suggestion for safety: if it's a short assignment, I always ask them to come outside for safety
Hmm.
reasons. I keep 3 clipboards to sign on. I got 3 clipboards too, so that's great to ask them to come outside.
And welcome, because I
Welcome,
can't
you
say it
guys.
either. Insure V, Insure UV. Welcome, because I've seen you from back in the day when I first started my channel. I
Insert
appreciate you being
shoes.
here tonight.
It's
Yeah.
insert shoe or search shoes.
In search of you.
Okay, we'll think about that later. Stacy says NNA is simply business. Valerie says, I signed up for 2 of your classes, went to Amazon for your book. Thank you, Valerie.
Thank
Bree says, I'm so glad I
you.
found this group, realized training is needed, not just passing the exam. Thank you,
Mhm.
Bree. Notarized. Oh, hey, Notary Need.
Hey,
Hey,
Nene.
Nate. Just speaking and want to encourage everyone to go forward and use your training tools. If you need to practice at home with someone, do that. Yep, great advice.
Yeah.
Hey, Nene.
Gracie's sharing her payment for insurance. And B. Wims Rosario, hello, my first time. Spoke with Angela today. She's very professional and knowledgeable. Hey, B. Wims, it was nice talking to you. Asia at Gracie, they're giving me whatever. They never asked me how much I wanted. Gracie said, just call them. Danielle said, I wasn't having problems with getting the course. I forgot that I had already purchased them. I just hadn't finished it.
Oh, okay, Danielle, because I was like, I ain't double charging over here now. What you trying to say,
Asia says,
girl?
thank, Asia says, thank you. Danielle says she loved your blouse.
Oh,
Kimberly.
thank you.
Stacy said, yep. Jen says, hi, ladies. I work in a hospital as contract employee. Should I still let people know that my services are available at work? Jen. So
Tricky.
that's a little tricky because you have to know what your company says about you being a contract employee and a notary. So you'd have to check with your HR
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, don't lose your main job to be a
Yeah.
notary. I really try to keep my business separate. Like because I used to
Mhm.
work at the hospital and they knew I was a notary, right? But I never offered and volunteered my services like that because I just want to clean separation from the hospital job to my notary business. So if they had hired me for that at the hospital, then sure. But not advertising trying to get paid. Mm-mm.
So Stacy said, hey guys, these ladies are standard power bosses. Thank you, Stacy. And
Yeah,
she's one of
thank
our
you.
cheerleaders. Amelia said, you ladies are awesome and thanks for giving. You're so welcome. Ecstatic Orange said, thanks. Valerie said, good night. Thank you guys. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're
I
so
think we
welcome.
hit everything right.
Ecstatic Orange says, how do you get the one-on-one with Alexis for the Google page? NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. Click on the Google icon. FTMS Customs. I'm so sorry. I still don't know what you're talking about. AAN and NAN. Oh, NNA. Oh, she finally got it. NNA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. National Notary Association, guys.
Association.
That's the gold standard.
And it's the
National Notary.
American Association for Notaries. So
Yeah.
Kim just said it. You may not have heard it because I was over talking to her, but NNA is the standard. They have everything.
Mhm.
Amelia says, I have had a lot of loan signings and had to step back because I realized I needed to regroup. I will be signing up for more classes with you. So, Amelia, that's great. You realize that. So, we will look forward to seeing you. Asia
Can
says,
I
don't
say
leave.
something, Angela, really quick? Because you just said something really, I promise, 2 seconds. So, Angela just mentioned, she looking at her watch. Angela just mentioned that she overtalked me a few weeks ago. Angela was talking about the apostille, and somebody left a comment that I was over talking Angela or whatever. Angela and I talk almost 24 hours a day, and that's just how we communicate. Like I would with my sister, me and my sisters, me and my family, we talk. We're not really people that wait until you finish your thought and then I finish my thought and then you finish your thought. We actually just talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not being rude. Angela's not being rude. I'm not offended if Alexis and I happen to speak at the same time. I'm not like, oh my God, that was disrespectful. So I do want to publicly apologize because one person was upset by that. They were like, well, you were cutting Angela off. Me and Angela talk 24/7. And we be like, blah, 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 shut up, blah, blah, not shut up, but like, okay, Kim, you know
But
what I'm saying? So,
but I think it was because the not understanding. Also, one thing about Kim and I and Alexis, if we're talking, and if we feel that I'm not gonna say it that way because then somebody will feel like that's not right. But if we're talking and we know each other so well that we feel that okay, I'm gonna ask this question because I know she, and I will tell you guys after the live, I told her that I appreciated the question and answer because we had kind of talked about it, but not really talked about it. But I really appreciate it because it allowed me to give you more information than you would have gotten. Streamlined it basically. So yeah, we good. Don't leave without hitting the like button, you guys. Thank you, Asia.
oh yeah, please hit the like, girl,
Dimitri's in
please.
Alabama. And Michelle says, sorry for the typo. Uh, see, my late night friends start calling because Kim talking too much. But anyway, Fan says, hello, first time here. Walked in on some good information. Glad you're here, fans. 2 Asians are here tonight. Oh, 2 Asians are here tonight. Margaret said, do y'all have a separate phone for your business or do you use your cell? I made a mistake, Margaret. My cell phone number is my business phone, and it is what it is for me. You guys.
Oh
I
yeah,
usually do both.
I now I do for my notary educators. If I had it to do over again, I would definitely have a separate Google business for my main notary business because that way it's just a little separation. Unfortunately, I did not do that. I guess it's never too late, but I just still use my regular number. That's why I always say, guys, don't call my personal number because that's my real business number. So that's it. But I wish I had it did that in the beginning. That's one thing I would change.
So Sharon says Vistaprint, Zazzle are great companies to purchase and customize your marketing materials plus more. Thank you for that, Sharon. They talking about the $1 million insurance. Sharon says, welcome all state notaries to the live Chat It Up Notary Talk tonight. Yes, Sharon. You're welcome,
Okay, okay.
Margaret. And oh, in search of. It's pronounced in search of.
Oh, in search of. Thank you.
And Ryan says, call Burbank if you got a problem with your thing. Nakia says, I thought about letting my principal know that I was a notary. That may be a good idea. Jen says, thank Down South Notaries. Down South, you got to tell us if you changing your names before we get on here. 2 hours. Ryan says, thank you for everything. You're welcome. Thank you guys for telling us we're amazing. All things that Jean said,
Angela,
always.
and one more thing, Angela, don't about that last question about telling your job that you're a notary to school. Don't get something started that you can't finish because they may have you start being their primary notary, and if that's not
Not
what you want to
paying.
do, and
They're
right, they're
not
not going to pay
paying.
you for that. So I'm not saying you hold back. I guess I am because you get something started, then they're going to want to have you notarize everything for free and you're going to get upset. So sometimes you don't get nothing started you can't finish. How about that?
All things Nata Jean said, all things Nata Jean. I don't even know if I'm reading why I'm reading this. I always thought Kimmi was in her early 30s. She's a very mature lady.
Well,
DJ,
thank you.
DJS says,
I ain't
boo to
dropping
that
my
person.
age, y'all.
Boo to that person. They know each other. Yep, DJS, we definitely know each other.
I know, right?
Stacey
I
asked,
couldn't even hardly sleep that night. I felt
she
so
called me, y'all,
bad.
bugging me. I'm like, Kim, I gotta go. Shut up. Go. Leave me alone.
I said, Angela, this person put in the comment that I was
Whatever.
mean to you and I wouldn't let you talk. Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, I felt
whatever.
terrible. Okay.
She
Stacey
just
asked
wanted
if
it
your
to flow.
relationship is real. Real sister. Yep. Danielle said she was messy. No, we ain't gonna call her messy. She was just being her values that your parents taught you not to, be interrupting people and stuff.
She would have had a
Like
hard time
button.
in my house.
Click like button. What is our Facebook group called? The Facebook group is Notary Educators.
Notary educators. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Tisha. And Natasha says she's been watching your videos. And Nakia says thank you. That's it. You all are welcome. We got
Yay!
through every
We
question.
got
Thank you
every
guys so
question.
much.
Every question.
Yeah,
Well,
it
Thank
goes
you.
back
Thank
I'll
you.
to
Thank you.
I'll just say a little outro as they call it in the social media space. Guys, it's been our pleasure. I know this live went a little bit over, but I just feel like we was
It went a
dropping
lot over.
gems. Y'all was answering questions and I just think it was amazing. So as always, it's our pleasure. I'm Kimmi. I'm gonna let Angela and Alexis say good night, and I will see you guys next time.
I'm Angela. Thank you guys. I really enjoyed you tonight. It was amazing. I appreciate all your questions. Thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight.
It was. Thank you all for hanging in there all 2 hours. Most of you did. So I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And y'all have a good week. Okay. Make sure you email us if y'all have any questions. We're here for you.
Bye,
Bye, you
guys.
guys.
Thanks, Gracie. I saw that. All right. Have a good night.
Bye bye.